proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Buchanan said hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. Today, we give you the power to grow your ideas by building meaningful relationships in the communities we serve. Because it's the same place we started. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
half the West Region season is history. It's time for round 2 through the WDA conference schedule. We start with a girls and boys doubleheader between the Minot High Jets and St. Mary's Saints on the PSP network. Minot High went a perfect 10-0 the first time through the West Region Conference. Meanwhile, St. Mary's had a few struggles in there, but they're coming off a victory less than 24 hours ago in the city of Dickinson, North Dakota, and looking for upset again here against the Magi. We start with the Valley Oil Change pregame show with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed. Stay in your car, drive through oil change. Take about 15 minutes at any of the Valley Oil Change locations in Minot or Bismarck. Also find out more of what they do online at VIOC.com. Alongside Bryce Gudick, I'm Owen Patterson on the call for these 2 games tonight. We've mentioned over the course of the last couple of years now, when Minot High and St. Mary's meet in girls basketball, there are some pretty tight games. And earlier this year, we saw one as well. Low scoring early. It just kind of seemed to draw on, but Minot High picked up a big win in Bismarck to get 1-0. Well, now a few weeks later, they're 10-0 in conference play, looking better than ever.
Yeah, what really stood out to me on the first matchup, you and I talked about it a little bit, it was Messer. She was really quiet in that first half. You saw Lily Bell kind of explode in that second half. I know Messer kind of got going in that second half for them, had a nice second half, but she needs to get going from the jump tonight, especially after a long trip. They played at Dickinson last night, but I always say, it's a good little tune-up for WDA tournament to kind of do back-to-back games like this, like they're doing here.
Yeah, it's better to learn now than it is in the month of March. We'll talk about St. Mary's being on the road a lot over these next couple weeks to wrap up the regular season. But first, let's set up the matchup by looking at the Division AA girls basketball standings delivered to you by the UPS store. Of course, Minot High, the lone undefeated team in the state by overall record. Horace is putting together a very nice run through the Eastern Dakota Conference at this point. Mandan, Century, and Legacy bring up spots 2 through 4 behind the Midgets. We've seen a lot of great things out of those teams. And then there's the jumble right there in the middle. Williston, Bismarck, Jamestown, and St. Mary's. If you match them up pretty much any night, you might get different results all the time.
Yeah, you really have. You really might. And we've talked about just that jam-packed middle in the boys and the girls quite a bit. I got to see Williston last week. The Ostrom sisters, Avery and Alex, looked terrific in that game. I think they're kind of that wild card, you know. I really think I like their chances of, you know, making a run there at the WDA tournament.
How about what the media thinks? Again, this came out on Monday afternoon, so a couple things have changed. On the girls' side, not too much has. Minot has remained #1 throughout the entire year. Mandan and Horace, you could really make an argument the Hawks are ready to jump over the Braves. Mandan, of course, had that recent loss on the road against Minot High, but still playing good basketball. I really think that's the only argument anybody would have. Obviously, with nobody receiving votes, this top 5 has separated themselves from the rest.
And it really has. And Minot has separated themselves up top. They have looked like a new team with Fricky back in that lineup. Everyone kind of understanding their assignment each night. You got to account for so much on this Midgets team. I want to talk about Horace a little bit. Horace kind of flexing out there out east. Donnelly and Christopherson out there have been terrific. They're gonna be talked about come state tournament time.
Those rankings brought to you by AE Construction Management here in Minot. When we come back, a look at the keys to the game, some players to watch. This is the Valley Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. Some days, even your best intentions turn into unexpected disasters. Other days, a little guesswork leads to a lot of cleanup. So when life gets messy, ServPro's ready. Call ServPro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us. approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Your day with goodness that tastes as amazing as it feels. At Blissful Bee Juicery, we serve fresh, cold-pressed juice and smoothies, nature's best in every sip. Nourish yourself with our vibrant acai bowls with fresh fruit and granola, power bowls, protein balls, hummus, parfaits, and carrot cake. Blissful Bee Juicery. Pure, simple, blissful. Now in 2 locations on North and South Broadway.
Is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network, getting you set for St. Mary's and Minot High, WDA doubleheader. Tonight, part of a huge night of basketball, as it always seems to be on a Tuesday and Friday on the PSP Network. We have not 1, not 2, but 4 doubleheaders coming your way tonight. Legacy is up at Minot North here in town. Dallas Hanson, Tony Mueller working that game on the PSP Network. Williston at Dickinson. The Mavericks wanting to rebound after being swept by this St. Mary's team just last night. And then you've got Bismarck going across the river to Mandan, what was a very entertaining first matchup on both the girls and the boys side. They get to renew that today on PSP. But here in Minot, it's time to take a look at our Northern Plains, see our keys to the game. Bryce, St. Mary's, we referenced it earlier. It's better to learn how to play on these back-to-back days now than it is to kind of have shell-shocked by the time you get to the event center. So for St. Mary's, it's just getting back at it after a kind of, I wouldn't say a rough start, but Dickinson hung around, and Dickinson hasn't hung around with a lot of teams, but St. Mary's really put the pedal to the metal there in the second half, closing out a victory last night.
They absolutely did, and you know, you as a coach, you're interested to see how your team's going to respond. That's a long trip to Dickinson and back. You go back, you're in school, you got to go back and make the travel plans out to Minot. Oh, by the way, you're playing the #1 team. You better start fast, bring the energy right from the tip here tonight.
For Minot, you put down contained Matea Messer. She is someone that on a night-to-night basis is one of the more consistent players in the West region. It's kind of hard to do, but Minot High found success in the earlier matchup exactly doing that, containing Matea Messer.
They did a terrific job on her defensively. We're really limiting the touches she had in that first half. I know, like you said, she got going in that second half, but trying to eliminate her touches, kind of make her settle from the outside, from the perimeter, if you're the Magents.
Those are your Northern Plains heating and air keys to the game today. There's no other choice to see their heating and air game than Northern Plains. Call Dylan today at 222-2155 to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter months ahead. New installation upgrades and all your furnace and AC needs. Again, call Dylan today at 222-2155. Well, I want to take a look at some players to watch for today's matchup. It kind of comes the same players every single night, but you said it about this Minot High team. You referenced it as they look like a new team, but really they just look like an old Minot High team at this point, with Maggie Fricky back in the lineup, and she continues to impress, scoring up to 18 points per game, now in the starting lineup for Minot High, and in their win against Legacy, 71-47. the big players, they came to play against the Sabres. It's just becoming the same old, same old. That's exactly what Minot High would want.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll see it a lot. The point of getting the ball out in transition, what really makes this team special is you've got pretty much any girl out there on the floor can lead that fast break. Rude, Lily Bell does a tremendous job at it. It's been Kinley Bort. She's kind of been taking on a little more of a ball handling point guard role, kind of accepting that role. Fricky's been a little more off the ball here as she's come back from injuries. So just so many weapons to account for. And how about this? They held Legacy 31% shooting that last game, 28 turnovers for Legacy. So big time defensive effort by the Machettes.
Well, you look for answers really for the rest of the St. Mary's Saints besides Matea Messer, and there's one player that's really coming alive as her 8th grade season continues. That's Lily Ettinger at 17 points yesterday against the Dickinson Mavericks, averaging 13 and 9. That's points and rebounds per game, and Ettinger really had a tough time, kind of a reality check in that first WDA matchup against Lily Bell in company on her home court, but I think the growth we've seen throughout the year of Lily Ettinger, maybe a better second run at it tonight.
How about last night? 17 points in that big win versus Dickinson. The future is bright with her. She has that long wingspan. She can provide some rim protection for this team. A tremendous rebounder. She's a really gifted rebounder. But we'll see that first matchup. Lily was really kind of exploited her. Just her speed. Lily was able to get to the basket at will and take her off the dribble a number of times. See some adjustments here in this second meeting.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and we'll get you ready for tip-off. It's Minot in St. Mary's. Round 2 through the West region comes up next on the PSP Network.
As a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
At the same time, or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your source for power and information.
At GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
We realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
is proudly brought to you by...
Another reminder, this is the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. 25 years of the Lundins taking care of people they make local actually matter. Minot High and St. Mary's on the way. Before we get to the action, Bryce, you can take us to the classroom a little bit. Get ready for
illustration
watch
for everyone.
Some film here in just a moment. It's quite some new technology that we've got going. Here you go, Bryce. Take it away.
Here it is. I talk about transition. Look at this. I'm going to freeze it here. Bell getting it out. Where does Rude go? Rude goes to the middle of the court. Look at this setup. That defender's got to come over, stop the ball. You're leaving Barch. We got a trail defender. He ain't got the quickness there. I love the spacing here. You're playing for Coach Schwartz, Owen. You better be able to run the floor. Look at the dish. Look at the finish through the contact. Nice fill by Barch. Nice and one for the Majets.
And nice drawing. I mean, that's got to be
I don't know how
fun
straight those
stuff.
lines are, but
We got the picture. We sure did right there. Adding to what we do here on the PSP Network. All right, Minot High and St. Mary's just moments away from getting this one started. How about we remind you that we've got another episode, PSP Prime Time, coming up tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. Central, live on the PSP Network. We had more and more people every week. 4 interviews coming up tomorrow from the PSP Capitol building. Drew Hischlin, head coach of the Minot North boys basketball team. Jordan Willard, one of the coaches of the Minot High hockey team. And into some Division A basketball as well tomorrow. Scotty Beck, Riley Rutledge of the South Prairie Max Royals, the #1 team in Division A basketball. I don't know how much you've been keeping up with the Division A side, but they are tearing teams apart right now, winning by 30 points a night.
You could argue at any level. I don't know if anyone. I mean, the Majets are playing really well, but the way South Prairie Max looks, I mean, it seems like a real long time ago. There was a buzz around town after that first game, losing at Carrington. It was like, whoa, what's going on here? They've answered the call. They have looked terrific, especially defensively. How about that? I'm going to talk a little hockey tomorrow. Mr. Hansen, Owen P., myself will be there. I'm going to be talking hockey with Jordan Willard. I'm excited to talk to Drew Hischlin at Minot North. And like you said, we just keep the guest list just keeps growing, Owen P.
Yeah, interested to see what the top 5 is this week. Yeah, keep digging for more information there. PSP Primetime presented by AECM and Spas, etc. of Bismarck. Well, look at this matchup again between St. Mary's and Minot High. We saw the advantages that the Majets had against St. Mary's the first time around, and that was in just kind of some size and speed against the Saints. How does St. Mary's kind of level things today in that matter?
I think it starts if you're going to go with Lily on Lily. She's got to have some help. You got to force Lily to give up that ball. That first matchup, it was basically let's spread it out. Lily, go to work, attack the rim. And one thing we forget, I mean, Fricky didn't play in that game as well. Mm-hmm. So you kind of forget about that aspect. But whatever you can try to do, just I always say it's hard, but just force everyone else to beat you. Say, hey, kind of leave. We've seen it. Teams are starting to leave A.J. Root out on the perimeter. Make someone else beat you, not Lily and not Maggie.
It's just about time now for the national anthem. We will pause in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show for that. Minot High St. Mary's tip-off coming up next.
Welcome to Magic City Campus for tonight's WDA matchup between the St. Mary's Saints and your Minot High Majets. At this time, we ask that you please stand if you're able. Gentlemen, remove your hats. As the Minot High School pep band under direction of Mr. John Spitzer will play our national anthem. The flags will be presented by the Minot High School Air Force JROTC. The color guard detail is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Isabella Lockrum.
Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
Made Dakota Square Arco their favorite convenience store. It could be the quality of the Arco fuel, the great selection of snacks, drinks, and convenience items, the amazing touchless car wash, including their monthly car wash club, the clean restrooms, or the free air. Most of all, it's the warm, friendly customer service. See for yourself at Dakota Square Arco, 1520 24th Avenue Southwest in Minot.
Rental start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
This page isn't a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
All set now for WDA girls basketball on the PSP Network. St. Mary's Saints, Minot High Jets ready to go thanks to the Valvoline and Oil Change pregame show. Forgot to mention in our schedule tonight, we got some good Division A, Division B matchups, including the #1 team in the state. Elsewhere, Division B boys, Central McLean hosting Wilton Wing, the #1 team from a year ago. We've got the #1 team tonight. Should be a good day as always on the PSP Network. St. Mary's on the road in the blue and white. Minot High in the home white with maroon and gold. Bell versus Enninger at the tip. It's won by the Jets, and we are underway with WDA girls basketball on the PSP Network.
I'm going to give a shout out to the Ellen Parsons Project playing the Chicago Bulls entrance. What a job by the band.
The bass guitar guy, he was shredding it there.
I loved it. Took me back to about 1997.
Miss on the first possession there for Minot High. Their starting lineup of Bell, Knutson, Barch, Rude, and Fricky. For head coach Jason Schwartz, St. Mary's will then turn the ball back over to Minot High. Really see what style of basketball gets played today. When these teams match up, sometimes St. Mary's can control with that slow defensive focus, and other times Minot High has been able to stretch the lead early on. Will the Saints be able to keep up with that kind of basketball? Borch to the elbow, kicks near side. Maggie Fricky on the drive, all kinds of open space, left that one well short, and ends up out of bounds.
Great movement. If you're Coach Schwartz, you love that shot. Great job by Fricky to get in the lane, just ended up short. So a little note here, Owen, something different. Messer starts out on Bell, and Ettinger has started out on Knutson, so something to monitor.
This is a change we saw by Coach Ty Terry in the earlier meeting in early December. Ettinger catches, pauses for a second, and shoots from the elbow. We're still scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's A.M. Messer, Stella Gallick, Maya Jones, Journey Okrup, and Ettinger the starting five. There's a block. Expect a few of those from Lily tonight. Second chance for Minot High. Lely from the corner. That also ends up short. Jones runs the point for St. Mary's, guarded by Fricky. Going to work past Maggie into the help defense. Throws one up with the left hand, and it's good. The sophomore, Maya Jones, starts the scoring.
The Saints need more of that. They need more out of Journey Okrup, and they need more out of Maya Jones. I love the aggressiveness.
Kinley Barch turns up the aggressiveness there, draws the and one. Jones called for the foul. Let's watch Orion Family Dealerships replay of this Jones take.
I love this. Look at this. Just in the lane, finish with the left hand. Good start for her offensively.
Barch makes free throw, and Minot High has their first lead of the game. And to go back to the point you were making, Okrup and Jones, they score a collective 13 points per game, but both got off to really slow starts this season, coming into their own as this year moves along. Nice role play here from Gallick on the pick and roll to Lily Ettinger.
I love it, the two-person game there. Great roll by Ettinger for her first bucket of the ball game.
Now Bell trying to match. It's a little bit off with these early shots are the Majettes. St. Mary's tries to run, but that sped up game isn't the way St. Mary's comfortably plays, and Gallick goes through her hands out of bounds.
Yeah, these first couple half-court sets here from St. Mary's, very impressive. You have Miles Jones on that drive. You get Ettinger in the screen and roll game. I think Coach Terry just reiterated and say, hey, let's slow it down a little bit, run our sets.
Now the half-court offenses look good for St. Mary's. Minot looking for some shots to fall. Bell turns and kicks to Eve Knutson. Barch with it and 10 to shoot. Driving against Jones. High off the window. Messer had it, but then it was kicked away by Jones. She's able to pick it up for St. Mary's, and down the floor they go to Ettinger. Layup is in and out.
Really good defense there. It's transition defense. Knutson and Fricky right there to contest that one.
I feel like this game hasn't been too fast for either of these teams, but there have been a couple just unfortunate mistakes. Fricky trying to turn the corner against Messer, gets her to jump and gets the shot to go.
I love that. That little hesitation there. Looked like the defender, Messer, was in good position. Watch this little hesitation. She finishes with her offhand. We've seen that a number of times. Maggie hasn't been settling since she's been back from that injury.
3-point play for Fricky. 6-4 Minot High on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. A couple and ones for the Majettes, and they have the lead. Messer working with Okrup, denied by Eve Knutson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bell. We say it about every game, but the defense that's played by Eve Knutson has been top-notch in this conference.
I do like that from St. Mary's, though, that get Lely in that pick and roll and let her force her to make some decisions as Jones drives.
Maya Jones continues to win a few early battles with Kinley Barch. Even at 6, and now Barch takes it the other way, threw it away from Lely Bell.
Maya Jones might have heard me up here, O&P. She is being aggressive here in these first few minutes. Real good sign for Coach Terry.
Yeah, the Saints as a team not backing down early on here on the road against the #1 team in the land. Offensive rebound for Ettinger. She's going to be fouled. Bell with quite a surprised expression after the whistle.
That's Ettinger's game. One of the best offensive rebounders in the WDA there. Big one there, getting the first foul on Lely Bell of the contest.
Ettinger also 71% free throw shooter. As first, shooting for the Serve Pro free throw line, 24/7 emergency service and training technicians use advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Just over 4 minutes gone by in the first half. Ettinger hits both. 8-6 to the visitors. St. Mary's team 5-7 overall. They've played just 4 road games this year. 2 of those were in the first week of the year against EDC competition. I tell you what, Bryce, this team is going to get used to the bus trips here soon.
They sure are. It's going to be a lot of miles put on by this team these next few weeks.
In the midst of a 5-game road trip, Bell still hasn't gotten a field goal to fall, but to be able to pick up some of that early scoring from the free throw line now.
Falls on number 1, Matea Messer. First personal, third team foul. Lily Bell for 2 shots.
Of course, the thing to watch with who's guarding Lely throughout this game is going to be the foul number. Matea Messer picks up her first at the 13:43 mark of the first half. Bell goes 1 for 2. St. Mary's stays ahead by a point. Jones. Not going to be stopped early in this game. They have Ava Knutson guarding her now.
Jones has had a number of highlight reels here already in this first half.
CC Stevick, the quick pass to Lily Bell. Three-pointer for Minot High, our first of the day.
You see it, Fricky getting in that lane, that cross sport, that skip pass. Bell ends up wide open for three there.
And now you see Minot High a little more aggressive defensively. Pass is picked off by Eve Knutson. She'll run the floor out to Maggie Fricky. Extra pass again. It's CC Stevick for three. Right off the bench, an assist and a three of her own.
It's like that highlight, Owen. Get to the middle. Knutson goes to the middle. You spread out. Fricky on the corner there. The extra pass to Stevick. Her first points of the ball game.
Watch another Ryan Family Dealerships replay. This is of the Lely 3. 50 years Ryan has been trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory online or at driveryan.com. First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
Thank you for joining us today on the PSP Network. First of two games between St. Mary's and Minot High. 12:39 to go first half. Saints down by 3, but they have really looked to be the team in control except for those last 20 seconds.
Yeah, they've looked really good in these half-court sets, Owen. Nice contest there, though, by the Jets.
A turnaround shot by Joni Okrup. A quick 6-0 scoring run there. Back-to-back threes by Bell and Stevick. Barch is back on the floor for Minot, replacing Fricky. Ava Knutson tried lobbing it up to Lily Bell, but Matea Messer was all over that. She works the 1-on-2 fast break. Pass fake around Rude. Again, just got out of position right there, and Messer scores.
Great finish by Messer, that little show and go.
Again, just another pass. Not on target for Minot High. We've seen a lot of turnovers early. Saw 20 turnovers by the Majets in the win over Legacy last week. Obviously, that's too high of a number for the coaching staff's liking.
Yeah, they're not going to like that number at all.
They will like a 24-point win, but 20 turnovers, yeah. Messer off the screen from Okrup in the lane. That one's a miss. Minot High remains in front. Chance to extend the lead now. Rude works right past Maggie Kralik and is fouled.
Good job. You see it. Both teams having a lot of success in the painted area, attacking the rim. I really like what Coach Terry's doing here. He's had Messer handling it, letting her run the pick and roll and getting Lely in that. It's tough to defend.
Foul was on Savannah Schweitzer, the junior, just checked into the basketball game. Rude hits both. 15-12 Majets. Also see Mesa Jones. 8th graders checked in for St. Mary's.
Shout out to one of the parents, gave us the
Her
information.
mom.
Her mom, okay. Yeah. I didn't get a talk. We were on the air. So I was like.
Messer, the scoop and score.
Kind of looked a lot like her first finish there. Nice finish, 4 points in the game for her.
St. Mary's a little late to get back in position defensively, but they will catch up now. Barch from the top of the key. Gives to Stevick. A cross pass there at the top. Knutson out of the corner. Fricky will look for a lane to drive. Not much is there, but she'll make it work over Okrup.
Great movement. Fricky attacking again, kind of getting into the body of the defender. 5 points for her here.
10:40 to go in the half. off the leg of Matea Messer, and it'll be Minot High basketball. Today's broadcast of WDA Hoops on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Minot State University, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. That's Minot State University. Rude flung a pass to Eve Knudsen, went through her hands, picked up by Maya Jones. All kinds of space in front of her, converts the layup, and Coach Schwartz has seen enough with the inaccurate passes. Timeout Minot High. It's brought to you by FIBT. We'll be back in 60.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Relax, Spas Etc., Bismarck's #1 hot tub and sauna dealer, brings luxury and wellness straight to your home. Discover top brands, Sundance Hot Tubs and Michael Phelps Swim Spas that deliver not just relaxation, but real therapeutic benefits. Right now, save up to $5,000 or enjoy up to 72 months interest-free financing. Visit us today at 1420 East Main Avenue in Bismarck and experience the best deals for yourself.
Coach Terry, he always gets his team to play against these Minot High Jets. They just haven't gotten over the hump of an upset against Minot so far this year. And you see the energy as Stella Gallick just punched the ball out of bounds.
Really good ball pressure out of that timeout there. The full court pressure by the Saints.
Talk about the recent matchups between Minot and St. Mary's as Fricky puts up a three there. Always seem to just be back and forth games. Minot High ends up with the late second half push, and St. Mary's trying to race a 14-game losing streak to the Magents. There's Maya Jones again. She is doing her part and more in this first half.
I don't think she's missed though, and she hasn't had. She's not settling, attacking the rim, constantly downhill. 10 points already for Jones.
Loose ball picked up by the Magents after the Fricky miss. CC Stevick and one. Another early foul against Maya Jones. That's the one concern with her game so far. Chance at a three-point play for CC Stevick.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to the officials tonight, Owen. I was told by Aaron Casper, one of our officials, nobody was allowed to have the night off tonight. That's how many basketball games they're doing. He's doing 3 of them tonight.
Yeah, he was on the JV game earlier.
Unbelievable. Shout out to them.
Kinley Barch, the left-handed layup, as Minot High grabs an offensive rebound. And the Magents, it hasn't looked pretty so far, but they have the three-point lead halfway through the first half.
Switching it, kind of going to like a 3-2 zone look here now for Coach Schwartz.
Look right inside, it's Ettinger. One of those where you just want to see the 6'3" 8th grader go up with it. Try and force the pass in again. Fricky bats it away. Still, it's Gallick. Not going to give up on that possession for the Saints.
Nice take. You see it. Everything kind of at the rim here in this first half. Nice finish by Gallick.
Rude goes right to the 10.
Speaking of at the rim, Rude, her first bucket. She's got 4 points here in this first half.
23-20 Minot on the B&T National Bank scoreboard. Coming up, our Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. We got a couple interesting scores from around the state to check on. Jones this time gives it up in the lane to Savannah Schweitzer.
Great find, the bounce pass by Jones to Schweitzer.
Stevick cuts right across the court, keeps the offense moving. Now Barch, right-handed finish is denied by Ettinger.
I think Terry's trying to say that went off the shoulder. He wants a replay. I think we're probably the only ones that could help him out with that, but Great help there by Enninger.
Lily Bell returns to the game for Minot High. Posts up Messer. Just 8 to shoot. It'll be Knutson firing from 3. Messer, a strong rebound. Got the good box out of Bell. And able to get it across the timeline with Okrep. St. Mary's has played very well in the half court. They haven't had to run a whole lot against Minot High. Able to keep control of the basketball there, but Jones has the shot swatted away by Bell. Ends up with Messer for 3. Won't get the bounce. Last touch by the Jets.
Great job, great activity by Enninger. Gaining another possession here for the Saints.
Inbounds right to Mesa Jones. Going to throw it back to Maya. Kind of had an open look there from the free throw line, so it's a long 2 for Jones. Maybe deflected by Fricky. Well, Bart's going to go coast to coast. Draw another foul.
Yeah, she saw it just kind of parted. The lane was wide open there for Barch as she gets fouled. Already the second here on Journey Okrep.
I'll thank another one of our sponsors of the PSP Network, BSN. They create exclusive personalized solutions for North Dakota high school and collegiate programs, from custom equipment, uniforms, and coaches' apparel to fanwear, branding, and more. They do it all. Contact your local BSN sales pro today in western North Dakota. Barch makes the first, and good on the second. 25-22 Majets. This 3-point lead has been maintained throughout the half. And the Saints get a run going. Jones works through 3 different defenders, finds Okrep short corner, but another miss from the field for the Saints. Barch. It will be fouled by Messer. That'll be the second of the half against the St. Mary's senior.
And once again, it's Barch. She is in attack mode tonight. Doing a great job at getting to the Serve Pro free throw line. Like Owen Patterson just said, the second on Messer too. Something to watch here in this first half.
Another thing of note in this first half is how much the fouls have kind of impacted this game. Minot High has been living at the free throw line, giving them some extra points. The fouls are 7-1. St. Mary's has already put Minot into the bonus with 6:50 to go.
That's something Coach Terry, he'll make a little comment to the officials. He'll say, hey, what can we do to get this a little more balanced here? It's 7-1, you know, but
tell you what, Minot
they
High's
always make a comment.
Minot High's guards have put St. Mary's help defense in tough positions today, and that's exactly why the fouls are 7-1.
Correct.
So with Messer on the sideline, St. Mary's will bring in Olivia Lundeen. Jones, gotta get the ball out of there. Shot clock down to 3. Maya Jones with the shoulder there into A.J. Rude. Gonna be called for the player control foul.
You see it, you extend that off arm there. It's gonna get called. That is the 3rd foul on Maya Jones. So the foul trouble starting to add up on the Saints side.
So both Messer and Jones on the bench for St. Mary's, down by 5, and you feel like for Minot High right now, opportunity to really pull away before the break.
Yeah, make a note of the turnover here. Another errant pass. Seen that a number of times here from the Majets in this first half. Just even crossing the timeline there, just not getting set.
St. Mary's winning the turnover battle early on. And at times the offense has gone a little cold. Stevic grabs the rebound, the outlet pass, goes right to the hoop for 2. We've got another timeout. 29-22, largest lead of the game is 7 at the moment. 5:51 first half.
Tracker, we know the most precious memories are those spent together. From sharing the joys of fishing to watching the grandkids wipe out on a tube. spending the day just relaxing with your significant other, or laughing away the evening with your friends. These are the moments you'll remember forever, and they're all made possible by SunTracker.
Find the full lineup at Swenson RV and Marine in Minot and Bismarck, or online, swensonrv.com.
Timeouts on the PSP Network, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built to the bond between their employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. 29-22. St. Mary's having to sit a few starters right now. Later in the first half, so many in foul trouble. Taya Messer with 2, Maya Jones with 3, and right on cue, Messer goes back to the scores table. Ball pops out of there, and it will be St. Mary's basketball. Barch was on the sideline.
I like that timeout by Coach Terry, though. Regroup. He kind of senses, the Majet's kind of going on a run. We've got this foul trouble. Let's regroup. As we waste no time as Messer, like you said, back into the game.
Get a touch inside from Ettinger. Quick passing, sets up Messer for 3. Long rebound, chased down by Lundeen. Gallick skips it all the way to Okrep. New shot clock for the Saints, 5:20 to go in the half. Okrep hands off to Messer. Fires a pass right inside to Ettinger. Bell gets away with some contact there. Knutson to Knutson. Driving kick, it's Stevic. Back to Eve. Mana High continues to try and work the ball inside to Lee Bell. Gonna go right at Messer. Open shooter, it's Stevic. Already one, made 3 tonight. It'll stay that way after the miss. Ava Knutson. He's gonna be called for a foul. Kind of just flew right at Journey Okrep.
You're right with that if you're Coach Schwartz. It's just the second team foul. You gotta love that. Knutson going after it. Ava, that is. And I like that from Bell at top of the key. Just that little head fake. She creates so many open looks for her teammates. Stevic just unable to knock that one down.
Yeah, Bell guarded by Messer at this point in the game with those 2 fouls. If she's not going at the hoop, she needs to against Matea Messer right now. St. Mary's offense working against the Mana High zone. Messer gets the ball right in the middle. Quick jumper is good.
Great job. Get in the middle of that. You got to attack the middle. Great movement by Messer. She's got 6 points in the contest.
Bell catch and shoot 3 from the top of the key. Rebound tip to Eve Knutson. Second chance for the Majets after the quick shot. Barch able to work past Messer. Help defense was late. Kinley Barch another 2 points.
Great first half by Barch. We talked about her ability to get to the free throw line, get in the lane. She's in the double digits with 11.
Averages 10 on the year does Barch. Another mid-range shot is good. This time it's Journey Okrep. Just a 5-point lead for the Majets. 3:40 to go, first half. Jerome's Collision Center halftime report is on the way. A steal by Gallick. She has played some incredible defense today. Can she outrun Knutson? She does, but the layup is no good. Steal by Messer, though. Saves things for St. Mary's. Still have numbers. It's Gallick for 3. Can't redeem herself. Eventually, Mana High is going to clear the basketball.
Really
missed opportunity.
Yeah, a couple really good looks there for the Saints. You ain't catching Gallick in the open court. I will tell you that.
Bell. And the shot well contested by Ettinger. So Lily takes some time underneath the basket. She's getting tired. She's played a lot of this first half.
She's kind of taking that big, deep breath. You see
I don't know when the last time Ettinger's been on the sideline was in this half. And now she does go out as Lundeen and Kralik check back in. Today's game brought to you by Farset Oil. Contact Farset Oil today to find out how their skilled sales team can help you achieve your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricants, and DEF needs. Proudly serving North Dakota, Montana, and western Minnesota since 1938 and committed to outstanding customer service and reliability. It's Farset Oil. Still Saints ball. Shot clock will stay at 23, just a 2-possession game. The lead hasn't been more than 7 for anybody this evening. Okrup continues dribbling to the baseline, now turns to the middle. Going to get a foul against Fricky, it looks like.
I think the initial call is a charge. So we have a conversation here, though. I thought Fricky did a good job of standing her ground. I just thought it was a play on is what I thought it was, but.
That replay just a little bit late to see where Fricky was set up.
Having a long conversation. Try and get it right.
It is going to be against Fricky, so 2 free throws for Journey Okrup.
After all that, yeah, Maggie's going to get the foul on that one.
A missed free throw for Okrup. St. Mary's their first free throws of the game. Miss them both. There's just the opportunities left on the table that we're going to remember at the end of this game.
Good pass.
That little fake wanted to go out to Stevic, but that opened up the opportunity for Lily Bell to score.
I talk a lot of things about Lily, but her movement without the basketball is superb. Great find by Rude.
Schweitzer pulls up right in the middle of the lane. Bell the rebound. Fricky up to Stevic, over the head of Rude and out of bounds.
You see Coach Schwartz saying, Rude, if you cut, he feels like Stevic makes that pass. We've got a wide open layup is what he's saying there.
Messer went off that screen from Okrup and then sent a no-look pass to Schweitzer, but it was well off target.
I love that. Just slow down. Like Messer's done a really good job getting in the lane there, getting in the middle of the zone that the Majets are running. Just take an extra second.
Just wonder where St. Mary's can find scoring from besides Maya Jones and Matea Messer. Jones has been sitting for the first half with 3 fouls. There's CC Stevic connecting on another triple.
How about Stevic already in the double digits off the bench for the Majets? She has 10.
Kind of show up every now and then. Maybe it's every other game for Minot High, but some huge offensive outputs. There's CC Stevic. Bell left all alone from 3-point land. A double-digit lead now for Minot High.
Great trail there. You cannot give Lily Bell that kind of space. What a spurt by the Majets here these last couple minutes.
We'll get another timeout taken by St. Mary's. They have just 2 left for the game.
There's pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
You can vote each week for the PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Nominees will be posted on social media each Monday with the winner announced on Thursday. Player Performance of the Week is sponsored in part by the Aggie Foundation. Learn about their charitable work at aggiefoundation.com. Tell you about the nominees this week in the second half. And tell you who last week's winner was. Under a minute to go, first half. St. Mary's just 2 timeouts left for the game. Seen them get a little gassed here in the first half, and it's led to increased errors on offense. Messer and Gallick not on the same page.
And a little miscommunication, turnover right back to the Majets that have pushed us to a 13-point lead.
I said it when the fouls started piling up for St. Mary's. Messer and Jones, if Minot High could go on a run. They haven't played their best brand of basketball tonight, but to lead by 13 at this point, things have gone right here to end the half, at least for the Majets. Just not a lot of space for anything to happen. Bell throws one off the foot of A.J. Rude.
Yeah, you see it, some of the frustration. It's been, the spacing has been kind of the issue here for the Majets in this half-court set.
St. Mary's close out the half with some confidence. We have not seen Lily Ettinger do too much in the scoring department today after dropping 17 on Dickinson just last night. Well, she gets a chance at the Serve Pro free throw line.
I don't mind that foul one bit. Like you said, it's their 5th. I know she's getting some free throws, but really good positioning there by Ettinger.
Ettinger shoots and scores on the first of 2 free throws. Serve Pro free throw line, 24/7 Mercy service at Serve Pro. There's been a lot of learning games this year for Lily Ettinger. I think that Minot High matchup was maybe the biggest one. It's over the line there on that free throw. But then there's been some times where you see all the potential this 8th grader has, including that Dickinson game. Double-doubles left and right.
We are going to be talking about her for a very long time.
Foul in the backcourt. Gallick continues to pressure the basketball, that time a little bit too much.
Yeah, I say this a lot. 2 hands on the defender. It's going to get called, so I like Gallick, though. Really pesky defender.
18.5 seconds is all that's left. Minot High up 40-27. The BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. Bottom line at bnc.bank. Thanks to our friends at North Dakota Score Feed, Bryce. We have, again, I said it earlier, we have more and more interesting scores to look at in our halftime report. It has been a wild day of basketball around the state of North Dakota. One last chance here for St. Mary's in the half. Gallick scores. And we will go to the break with a 41-29 score. Minot High, it wasn't easy. It didn't go too well, but they will lead by 12 as the Drums Collision Center halftime report comes around the corner.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in. I can't believe I wrecked my car. There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance. Are you even a therapist? Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Minot High band supplying some noise here at halftime. Minot High, a very loud ending to the first half for their basketball team. 41-29 the score as we get into the Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. Accidents happen. It's a part of life at Jerome's. Their goal is to help get you and your car and your life back on the road, both literally and metaphorically. Call 701-852-5126. They've been doing it since 1975 at Jerome's Collision Center. Well, Bryce, first half, Minot High, yeah, we kept reiterating it because it was true for St. Mary's. They made it difficult on the Majettes early on. Minot, once they kind of started playing freer on the court, you saw things start to turn around and pull ahead by 12 at the break.
Yeah, you saw a number of turnovers, kind of uncharacteristic for Minot in that backcourt. It's just some errant passes that you just kind of sense it. You feel like the Majettes are going to go on that run. They were able to. I thought St. Mary's hung in there at that 6:19 mark. I wrote it down. Owen Messer goes to the bench with 2. You got Maya Jones to the bench with 3, who was terrific in the first half. I thought St. Mary's was hanging around really nice, and then all of a sudden you get the lovely set play, the 3-ball to Stevic. You get Bell trailing in transition, a wide open 3, and don't blink, but it's a 12-point game at the half.
Let's take a look at those first half numbers.
I am going to start on St. Mary's side, led in scoring by Maya Jones. She had 10 points in the first half. Messer finished with 6, 2 for Okrup, 5 for Enninger, 4 for Gallick, and 2 for Schweitzer. That would be Savannah Schweitzer. Also circle this, Owen, no made threes in that first half for St. Mary's. On the Majette side, led in scoring. She had a very nice first half, attacking the rim, getting to the free throw line. That would be Kinley Barch. She had 11. How about Stevic off the bench into double figures as well? Couple made threes for her. She had 10. 4 points for AJ Rude. 7 for Maggie Fricky and 9 for Lily Bell. Gets us to at the half. Majettes 41, Saints 29.
Oh, he left you on for that cliffhanger to end the first half. We have some scores around the state to get to at this point. This could be an epic night of high school basketball, at least on the girls' side to start out with. The number 3 team in the state, West Fargo Horace, being challenged on the road by the Cheyenne Mustangs, a 6-6 basketball team. Cheyenne a 66-60 lead. 4 minutes to go in the game. Horace in danger of their first EDC loss of the season. I believe their first loss since they played Minot High earlier in the year. So that's what's going on the east side. On the west side, Jamestown leads 4th-ranked Century. They were up by 13 at the half, Bryce. Century has come out a little different in the second. It's 38-30 Blue Jays. Still early in the second half there in Bismarck. That would be the upset of the year if Jamestown can pick up that win. Mandan leads Bismarck 30-24 just out of the break. And Legacy struggling on the road against Minot North. 47-40 the Sabres lead. Remember, this is a Minot North team that lost by almost 50 to Williston. They have bounced back significantly. They're right there against Legacy. And of course today, right here for us at Magic City campus, St. Mary's, they were going neck and neck with Minot High for a while. I mean, who knows if all that stays, but if it does, Bryce, upsets everywhere.
Any given night, Owen, any given night this can happen. We're seeing, some possibility. Jamestown, they've got these pieces. They really do. They can shoot the three, and they're a team that I feel you just kind of sense they were going to be playing better as the year went along. The Cheyenne girls have been playing a lot better out east, giving Horace all sorts of fits here tonight.
And we can't forget the long-awaited, the extra-awaited matchup between Benson County and Kenmare Bowbells on the Division B side. It got postponed a couple weeks ago. They made it up today. Benson County just a 4-point lead against Kenmare Bowbells in the 4th quarter. The number 1 team in B also in danger of their undefeated season going away. So much to get to, including the second half between the Magents and the Saints. That's next. This has been your Jerome's Collision Center halftime report.
A lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
All set for second half action. Minot High and St. Mary's. Remember, we got another game to go once this one is final. The boys' game of the doubleheader. St. Mary's fresh off the upset win in Dickinson yesterday. And Minot High looking to rebound after a close loss of their own last Friday against the Legacy Sabres. We got to finish this girls' game first. St. Mary's with the basketball to start half number 2. They trail by 12. You need to find some offense, not named Messer and Jones. Right away, it's another turnover. Even in foul trouble, St. Mary's will pressure the basketball all the way up the floor. Minot will continue to try and get into the paint, and speak of it, there's another foul. This time against Lily Ettinger.
I love that from Bart. She has been aggressive all night there. Could have settled there, taking a pretty decent look at the 3, but takes Ettinger off the dribble, gets rewarded with a couple free throw attempts.
Just the first foul of the night on Ettinger, the 8th grader. Bart sinks both free throws. And this is the largest lead of the day for Minot High at 14 points. Skip pass to Okrips, camping out in the corner there against the zone. Always a vulnerable spot against that kind of defense.
You see a nice, great skip pass there to a wide open Okrip.
Barch completely left open on the near corner, but will come up empty on the 3. Fricky knocks the ball away from Ettinger, and Jones is the last to touch it.
I think it's going to stay with the Saints. That's a conversation.
Jones tried to reach for it. I thought she for sure got a hand on it. Coach Shores. There we go.
There you go. So each team's gotten one out of the discussion. It's 1-1. When we've had these referees discussion.
And I think they've come up right both times.
I do. I agree.
Barch kicks that ball away. Gallick with the steal for St. Mary's, running 2-on-2 down the floor. Lets everybody catch up. Messer, the long three in transition is missed. Offensive rebound. It's Gallick again. Jones finds Gallick in the corner. 4 out for the Saints offense. Trying to look for Ettinger. Ettinger going to put up the 3 on the inbounds play. In and out. St. Mary's without a 3-point make tonight. They average just 2 a game. It is not a part of their game, the 3-point shooting. Fricky spins past Gallick and scores.
Nice start to the second half for Fricky. She is so good with her left hand and finishing at the rim.
Future UND women's basketball player, another one from Messer. You know, I find it interesting how much St. Mary's has struggled this year shooting the 3. Remember Messer, all those younger years of high school basketball, it was all about shooting the 3 for her. Just a 17% shooter this year. There's Bell for 2 as Minot High continues to extend the lead.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about the numbers last night. I didn't get to see the box score. Previous game, though, St. Mary's was just 2 of 13.
And the game before that didn't make a single one against Century. There's Messer for 2. Most of St. Mary's scoring in this game has come off the dribble thanks to Maya Jones. Barch looking for options, finds Maggie Fricky. Rude, the wraparound pass to Fricky. I want to say Minot has made these passes more difficult on themselves, but it sure seemed that way.
You see some frustration, too. It's just, you know, I kind of giving each other a look like, I thought you were going here. Let's just, it's just sped up. It's sped up. You got some time. She's open. Just take that little extra half second. You end up with a wide open 3 look for Fricky.
Another pass inside to Ettinger. There's going to be a foul call on Fricky. St. Mary's has decided to play the very dangerous game in the second half of forcing the ball into the post. Minot High sent 3 players out at that time, and St. Mary's a chance to convert at the free throw line.
You see it, that help side was just late there. Fricky just late coming over.
2 out of 2 for Ettinger there. Today's game brought to you by the UPS store, located on South Broadway in Minot. Open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7, and on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3 for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store. Bell, well defended there by Matea Messer. And then deflects the Messer pass, eventually stolen by Kelly Barch. Knudsen able to collect the basketball, but throw it off of Jones.
You see that Bell missing that layup underneath. She's got the positioning there. She's just kind of fading away with her offhand. Like to see her just go up strong. She's got that great positioning down there. Oh, shimmy.
And Bell going right at Matea Messer. No help there for the Saints. And here, quick pass out to Messer again. Still trying the 3 ball, but to no avail. Foul against Minot High.
Kind of see it here. I know they're down double digits, but it's not a time to start settling. All their success downhill, getting in the middle of the lane, attacking the rim, really kind of settling here these first few minutes from beyond the arc are the Saints.
When Minot High has been in the zone defense, it has taken away a lot of St. Mary's driving lanes. They're going to turn the ball over on the sideline. Barch lobs up for Bell, catches underneath the hoop. What an adjustment there from Lily Bell.
Adjustment is right. Great awareness where she was. How about the find by Barch?
51-35 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Minot High undefeated, #1 in the state. Taking care of things now against an upset-minded St. Mary's Saints squad. Okrup has her shot deflected by Knutson. Bell right up the floor to Barch. A lot of contact there. Barch is going to go down. Gallick called for the foul. Everybody's all right after that.
Great job by Barch. Great leak out, just taking off. She's made a living today at the Serve Pro free throw line.
Saw that last Bell bucket on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Jones in for the Saints.
Well, five of the six PSP Network broadcasts already underway today. Just waiting on the crew down in Turtle Lake to get started this evening. Should be going about right now.
Doing wrestling this week, Owen?
Supposed to.
All right.
Maya Jones finally back in the box score. Have St. Mary's versus Minot High wrestling on Thursday. That'll be Minot's first home duel of the entire year.
You're ready.
I'm
ready to
more
call
than ready to go for some wrestling. Bell off the front iron, rebound by Ettinger. Messer will give it up to Jones. St. Mary's picking up some speed and some momentum now. 12:30 to go in the game.
14 for Maya Jones. How about the vision, the find by Messer there?
And Jones, the season average is at 6 points a game. The last 2 or 3 weeks into double figures nightly. Bell the miss, and then just hasn't been on today at all times for Lily. Seen a lot of the expressions and that kind of just walking up and down the floor. And Coach Shore is going to call a timeout seeing that as well. 53-39 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 12:06 to go in the game. Back after this on the PSP Network.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. Some days, even your best intentions turn into unexpected disasters. Other days, a little guesswork leads to a lot of cleanup. So when life gets messy, Serve Pro's ready. Call Serve Pro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Minot High talking some things over there in the First International Bank and Trust timeout. A new group on the floor. Ava Knutson checks in. So does Hadley Fall at the break there.
I love looking, when I look at the WDA website, I always look at the plus minus. So it's always interesting when Bell goes to the bench to see, you know, how long she's on the bench and such. But how about her plus minus on the season? 296. Plus 296. How about Stevick with the backdoor cut?
For those that don't understand what the plus minus can mean,
thank you, Owen.
It's the point differential when you are on the court against your opponent. Who knows how well that is represented in the stats?
Correct,
I don't know how exact those numbers can be. I know the NBA numbers are probably right, but the point differential is 296 in the time that Lily Bell plays this year, and Minot High is plus 300 as a team, so she's playing all the time.
I think she was around about plus 500 last year.
Getting a foul again. And CC Stevick of Minot High. Maya Jones will shoot the free throws. Look at what's to come for the St. Mary's Saints as we start up round 2 of the West Region season. They will again be on the road a lot. 3 consecutive road games after this. They'll go to Legacy on a rare Thursday night coming up. And then Jamestown and Minot North next week. St. Mary's team that's kind of gotten buried at the bottom of the West Region standings this year. An opportunity to do some climbing next week. Fall keeps it under control. Ball finds Fricky off a couple bounces, shoots and scores.
Good job there by Fricky. Kind of saw Eniger in the lane there, say, all right, I'll just show off the mid-range game there. She has 11 points in the ball game for Maggie Fricky.
Final 11 minutes. Today's contest. Jones, nice find. It's Ettinger. Wide left. Rebound goes right to Matea Messer.
Messer goes into double figures. She has 10 points here tonight.
Crossed the 1,000 point milestone against Century recently. Her storied prep career at St. Mary's. She'll be taking her talents to Marshall, Minnesota, play for the Southwest Minnesota Mustangs next year. Couple missed shots there in the lane by Messer, and eventually they'll rule the ball out on her. Minot basketball.
Kind of set it on the missed opportunities. Kind of, some bunnies, some layups missed by St. Mary's. A lot of good looks.
Think about all those when this game was kind of a 4-point game.
Correct.
St. Mary's was trading the lead back and forth. Now at 14 points, it just feels it's just adding to the insult, but Bell scores another 2, 59-43. Jones, I think that was a shot. Got blocked by Fall. Ball right inside to Ettinger. Able to score between Bell and Fall.
Great find. It's been a number of times. It's been Messer's vision or passing ability here on full display.
Blocking foul against Jones, just trying to get in the way there of Lily Bell. That'll be number 4 against Jones in the game.
If you're Coach Terry, you've got to love what you've seen out of Maya Jones tonight. Maya Jones has been aggressive from the jump in this one. Everything finishing at the rim. I know she's been in some foul trouble, but she's been terrific offensively tonight.
Yeah, also just the sophomore, but the continued improvement throughout the season. Early it was a struggle on offense, played some good defense, but continued improvement and development, especially with this very young team around Matea Messer, Journey Okrip. 8th grader Ettinger, the sophomore Maya Jones, the 8th grader Mesa Jones getting a lot of minutes tonight. Ettinger just out of control there, trying to draw the foul. AJ Rude, shot fake, drives into a lot of blue jerseys and will be fouled. Update you on a couple games around the state. Number 1 goes down in Division B. Kenmare Bowbells with a comeback win over Benson County. That means there's one undefeated team left in Division B. That would be the Flasher Bulldogs. And by the way, they went to overtime in Cheyenne. Crazy late game sequence. Cheyenne misses a free throw, gets the offensive rebound. Then they miss another free throw. Horace goes down and scores right before the buzzer, and they're in overtime now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Kenmare just play Tioga last night?
They played Tioga last night.
I mean, wow, what an answer by Coach Zimmer's group tonight.
I'm very interested to see how that state tournament goes. Yeah. Just the matter of who's going to be playing in that. There are some loaded regions, and who knows how those state qualifier games go. Tell you what, PSP Network's going to be sending a lot of teams to state this year.
You've talked to me about Flasher. a little bit, so I'm a little familiar.
Do you like a slow-paced basketball game? Just kind of sits in the 40s. Watch some flasher basketball. Kinley Barch, the three. Bell, the offensive rebound. Wanted the ball initially. Going to get it here. Missed the lay.
They've got numbers if they want here.
Push it up the floor to Maya Jones. Oh, my. That would have been a highlight reel if it went. Ettinger also misses, and then Root ends up in the band area. That trombone or whatever, that could be an injury risk.
There. Yeah, be careful.
$18-point lead for Minot High in the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Savannah Schweitzer out with the offensive box out right there, but the putback point still not going for the Saints. Fricky runs the floor in traffic. Launches the pass back out to Lily Bell. Final 7.5 minutes. St. Mary's had that position well covered, but then Gallick had to guard Bell, and that's just a mismatch too big.
Lily Bell just establishing that position deep in the post, especially here in the second half. She has 21 for the contest.
Today's game on the PSP Network brought to you by Planet Pizza. It's the best pizza on the planet. They've been around for over 25 years with the largest laser tag playground in the region, a giant lunch buffet, and they deliver. Call now at 701-852-1700 to place an order. Eve Knudsen with the handles to get past Gallick. Eventually gives the ball up to Barch. Too much on the shot. Gets her own rebound. Kind of shoots one down to Lily Bell. Another turnover by Minot High.
Once again, though, it's been, I mean, just establishing that deep post position. She's just so good at it there. Unable to handle that one, but another good find.
Messer had some space, and the woes continue from the three-point shooting for St. Mary's. They have yet to make one.
Yeah, I think the Majettes are kind of content if Messer wants to live out there on the perimeter until she starts beating you and making a couple of those. Let her have some of those looks.
Fricky gets everybody out of her way there.
There you see the strength of Maggie Fricky there.
Let's watch it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Turn the corner against Jones.
Speed burst.
Gonna be drawn on that play the next time we're on the air?
Maybe. Get a little more highlights up. Oh, great.
And Knudsen loses the defense. Good recovery by Mesa Jones. Ran in from the corner to contest that shot. Gallick fires from beyond the arc. Maybe a little bit late for the three-point shooting to show up, but at least they got one.
Up 7 points in the game for Gallick.
Fricky has her shot blocked by Messer. A second chance goes to Bell. Minot goes 0 for 3. And the emotion again from Bell, and shoved a St. Mary's player after the miss, but we play on. Messer's her shot blocked by Knudsen. Barch running fast break against Gallick. More free throws.
And once again, it's Barch. She's so good at getting out in transition, getting to the free throw line.
Fourth personal, 15th foul.
Coming up, we got the planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads post-game show. Speak with our Sport Clips MVP and name the Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. Maybe the Cheyenne Horace game will be done by then. Barch makes first free throw.
Stevick in for the Jets. Crawling in for the Saints.
Rest of the week for the Majets. They will visit Bismarck High on Friday night. You catch that game on the PSP network. Messer to Maya Jones. Misses the mark, and then Maggie Kralik was out of bounds trying to fetch the rebound.
I'm going to be up at Minot North on Friday.
Barch. This is 3 in and out. We got a timeout. Ty Terry wants to talk some things over. Late in this one, 4:53 to go. First International Bank and Trust timeout.
Approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Made Dakota Square Arco their favorite convenience store. It could be the quality of the Arco fuel, the great selection of snacks, drinks, and convenience items, the amazing touchless car wash, including their monthly car wash club, the clean restrooms, or the free air. Most of all, it's the warm, friendly customer service. See for yourself at Dakota Square Arco, 1520 24th Avenue Southwest in Minot.
Well, it might be upset alert day across North Dakota, but it just hasn't been here in Minot. The Majets pulling away in the second half. They lead by 21 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 4:53 to go. There's a single timeout left for the Saints. And we got a final at Cheyenne. OT, it's the Mustangs taking down number 3 in the state, West Fargo Horace, 76-73.
What a win for Cheyenne as Barch knocks down a 3.
Mustangs get over the 500 mark for the first time this season with the win. Messer on the other end of the floor with 2 points. Taken away by the Saints. Bell continues to struggle in the second half. And Messer heats up on the scoring side.
That's her game. I'm telling you, I love it. Just in the middle of the paint, she can finish with either hand. That time kind of fading away.
Pass is picked off by Kralik. Jones walked before dribbling the basketball. Now a few bench players check in for Minot. Kenzie Bachmeyer, Ava Knutson, Hadley Fall, and obviously not a bench player, Maggie Fricke checks in. As the lead is up to 20 still. Ava Knutson going to work in the lane.
Nice move by Ava Knutson. She is in to the scoring column. That's her first bucket of the ball game.
Not a big scorer off the bench. Gets quite a few minutes, but on the defensive end, plays very well. Earns herself some playing time, valuable playing time as a young player. Extra pass goes to Kinley Barch. Another second half three for Kinley. What a day for the junior.
You just feel like when Kinley makes one, they're coming in. They're just going to be in bunches. She has double-digit free throw makes in this ballgame as well.
Let's watch a few Ryan Family Dealerships replays here in the second half. This is the Knutson score. Ryan Dealerships, the commitment and respect for their customers is as strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference. This is one of the 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Stevick calling for the ball. Pulling up in the corner. Off the rim, no good. Messer again, steps to the elbow, shoots but won't score. Put back by Maya Jones.
Come on, Maya Jones, that time with the offhand. Like I said, her effort has been tremendous here tonight.
Work it all the way ahead to Fall. Pivots, and some more points in the paint for Minot High.
Foul with her first bucket. Nice find there by Bachmeyer.
Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Minot High, a comfortable 79-54 lead. Got a foul coming in from behind as Knutson tried to pry the ball away from Mattea Messer. First time we see Harper Broderick tonight. All the starters have now exited as Fricky takes a seat. So Minot will improve to 14-0 on the season. There's a long 2 for Messer. 11-0 in the conference. A reminder that next week will be a short week for the Majets. There's Broderick for 2. More scores for the Majets tonight.
I love that little speed burst by Broderick. Nice take right into the ball game, into the scoring column.
Gallick not going to think twice. Knocks it down from three-point land.
That gets her into double digits. She has 10. She has the only made threes tonight for St. Mary's. She has both of them.
Again, that puts St. Mary's right on their average for made threes in a game in conference play. Another 3 from Gallick. Ends up short. Tell you what, it was a confident shot. She was to half court by the time that one was in the air.
She liked it.
40 seconds to count down, second half. Stevick.
I love that from Stevick. She's another one you got to account for. Just playing downhill. She has 14 points tonight off the bench.
Well, for St. Mary's, they fall to 5-8 with today's result, 3-7 in West Region play. They only get 1 day off before they're back on the court Thursday night against Legacy.
Yeah, what a stretch this week is for the Saints. We've talked about it.
Messer, clean block. Had the rescheduled game on Monday against Dickinson. A 30-point win there. And you have to go on the road the next day to play Minot High. Messer with 2 more points to wrap up the night. And this one has gone final. Minot High 83, St. Mary's 61. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Shots Crossroads postgame shows next on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Time now for the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads Postgame Show on the PSP Network. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com, helping clients work toward financial freedom. Looks like we're going to start right away with our Sport Clips MVP of today's contest. She's joining us right now on our postgame. At Minot High 83, St. Mary's 61 was the final score. Joined by Sport Clips MVP Kinley Barch. Tell you what, we've talked a lot here over the past couple weeks. Some stellar performances, and tonight no different. You guys needed to find some offense early. You gave it to them by driving to the basket. How important was that to keep attacking the rack tonight?
Restart.
There we go.
Can we try that again?
Oh, you want me to?
All right, take two.
Okay.
Take two.
Well, we knew that if we kept attacking, the refs kept calling fouls, so we could get to the free throw line and make them.
What about, it seemed like it was a little bit out of sorts, some errant passing. Was it something that St. Mary's was kind of doing defensively in that first half that guys had you a little out of sorts for a majority?
Yeah, number 4, she's really aggressive and guarding the ball, and that makes it hard to get the pass off right away.
My other question is, it seems, we saw it. We saw your ability to get to the free throw line. I don't know this. You had double-digit makes tonight. I mean, very impressive, but I feel like once you hit 1-3, they come in bunches. I mean, is it just kind of your confidence thing? When you make one, are you looking over at Fricky? Are you looking over at Eve and say, you got to get me the rock. I'm going to start heating up.
Yeah, I mean, like, once you see it go through the net, it gives you that confidence to keep shooting it and be ready.
A solid performance today to pick up the 11th conference win of the year. Congratulations, Kinley, on another MVP performance.
Thank you.
All right, our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show continues after this on the PSP Network.
Spas Etc., Bismarck's #1 hot tub and sauna dealer, brings luxury and wellness straight to your home. Discover top brands, Sundance hot tubs, and Michael Phelps swim spas that deliver not just relaxation, but real therapeutic benefits. Right now, save up to $5,000 or enjoy up to 72 months interest-free financing. Visit us today at 1420 East Main Avenue in Bismarck and experience the best deals for yourself.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring numbers from today's matchup between Minot and St. Mary's.
I'm going to start on the Saint side. Two of them had 18 points in it. That was Maya Jones, who was terrific. She finished with 18. Matea Messer also finished with 18. Nice second half for her. Okrup finished with 4, 9 for Enninger in this one, 10 for Gallick, including those couple made threes, and 2 for Savannah Schweitzer. On the Majet side, they were led in scoring by our Sport Clips MVP, Kinley Barch. Really good defensive effort from her as well. She had 23 in this one. Lily Bell, some frustrations kind of showing in that second half, but she had a really nice night still. She finished with 21, 13 for Maggie Fricky in this one, 6 for AJ Rude. Really nice game off the bench for Cece Stevick. She had 14. Ava Knudsen with 2, Hedley Fowl with 2, and Broderick finished with 2. The Majets keep it rolling in the Magic City here tonight. A final, Minot High 83, St. Mary's 61.
I think a lot of the questions sometimes about this Minot High team is kind of the what if. What if you don't get a regular Lily Bell performance where it's 33 points and 12 rebounds? What if Maggie Fricky maybe struggles shooting from the field? And we saw both of those things tonight, and obviously Minot High rebounded well from that.
And it's going to happen. You're going to have those nights where teams take away what you kind of do best. They're going to take away Lily's ability some nights to score. They're going to take away Fricky some nights to score. Some nights you're going to see Bart struggle. You're going to see Lily struggle and these other, but it's just the whole arsenal. You're going to have these games where Kenley is just downhill, attacking the rim, finishing at the rim. Then you see her, she can step outside, get it going. And then how about Stevic? Stevic really stood out to me tonight. It was the inside, it was the outside. Couple made threes for her, and then she's attacking the rim. Gotta love it. The other thing that really stood out, their ability to offensive rebound. The offensive rebounds were off the charts tonight for the Majettes.
Yeah, if there was more points for this Minot High team to prove why they are the best in AA basketball, well, here was one. The bench support and kind of those extra pieces coming up huge in the 22-point win tonight over the St. Mary's Saints. One more item of business to take care of. That is the Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. If you could think of one, Bryce, where would you go today?
I might go low. I said it. I highlighted her in the beginning. I really like what Maya Jones did. I know they're on the end of a 22-point defeat here, but Maya Jones, they need more of that. And we talk about their three-point woes, but if Maya Jones is going to be aggressive like that, finishing with the offhand at the rim, finishing in traffic through contact, that's going to go a long way in the second half of the season for this St. Mary's Saints team.
Again, St. Mary's, they have the schedule to kind of pick up a few wins here in the middle of the season and climb those standings. Bismarck, Jamestown, Minot North, all road games, but all winnable games for the Saints. Today, not the case. Minot High wins 83-61. The Majettes improved to 14-0. They will go to the Carl Guard on Friday night on the PSP Network to take on the Bismarck High Demons after this win to start the week over the St. Mary's Saints. We've got the boys half the doubleheader coming up next. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show comes up after this commercial break.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Your plan, your future, your team.
Time we go to our second basketball game of the night, and this one could be a thriller. Upsets are rare in the WDA, but we had one last night as St. Mary's went on the road and took down the 4th-ranked Dickinson Mavericks to set their season on the right track, it seems. Meanwhile, Minot High, a nail-biting loss to end last week to Legacy, looks for a bounce-back effort at the place that has treated them very well this year, Magic City Campus Gymnasium. It's St. Mary's and Minot High on the PSP Network, but first, the Valve needs an oil change pregame show with timely services and won't slow you down and no appointment needed. To stay in your car, drive through oil change service. Take about 15 minutes at any of their locations in Bismarck or Minot. Find out more of what they can do online at VIOC.com. Alongside Bryce Gunick, I'm Owen Patterson, still on the call here. St. Mary's and Minot, 6-6, 7-5, two middle-of-the-pack teams in the WDA, but can't deny what happened last night. St. Mary's won a win on the road at Dickinson to set them up for a big week here, especially tonight against the Magi.
Yeah, and I mean, it starts with Christian Benning. Christian Benning back in that lineup, I mean, it's a game changer. Obviously, he's been sidelined, getting in back, the gifted scorer, great defender. St. Mary's going into that game last night, they lost 3 in a row, Owen. You know, so they were really struggling, really had a poor effort and 27 turnovers versus Mandan, and then to go on the road at Dickinson to respond like that. I'm looking at the big three. Benning with 21. Barth, a guy you and I talked about briefly that we love, had 17. Grayson Terry added 17 as well. Talk about one of the biggest wins in the WDA this season. That's what the Saints did last night.
They shook up the standings a little bit. Let's see how they look coming into today. Century and Bismarck. Of course, the Patriots left off last week with a win over BHS to get to 9-0, the only undefeated team left in Division AA basketball. And then Dickinson, 3 losses. You have those 2 to Century and Bismarck, and then 1 to St. Mary's that stands out. Minot High in a tie for that 3rd spot. The head-to-head loss to the Mavericks this season, both at 6-3. It is going to be a very interesting second half of the season with how this sets up right now.
Yeah, we know Century. We do. We know all about Century. We know all about Bismarck. And it kind of like the girls' side. We're talking about this middle of the pack here with the boys. And Dickinson's kind of come back to that middle a little bit, I think. So you got Dickinson in there, you got Minot High, you got Legacy, and you got St. Mary's. I mean, that's going to be very interesting how that unfolds here in the second half of the WDA season.
Hey, here's what I think is the most important part. How can you avoid being the 7 or the 8 seed? How can you avoid playing Century or Bismarck High? Well, close out the season strong, and St. Mary's sitting at 7. You got to get out of there at some point. You do not want to play those 2 in the first round of the WDA tournament. So wins going to have to become a plenty here for the Saints to wrap up the year. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the media poll presented by AECM. A couple changes, 3, 4, and 5. Horace and Dickinson move up. Davies falls. Now, here's the interesting part. Davies, they lost to Horace the week before, but the Eagles take a tumble because they lost by 20+ to West Fargo, who doesn't even make it in the top 5 this week. I mean, what's going on here, Bryce?
I'm going to spend my time talking about a couple East teams that have been really good since Christmas break. The team that you love, West Fargo Packers, they have been tremendous since the break. It's Samick. I mean, what he does, Beckett Fowl, what those two do offensively really get the Packers rolling in. It's West Fargo Cheyenne who has been really good, starting to score the basketball at a higher level. They've been really good. Watch out for those 2 teams out east.
Yeah, West Fargo being treated like the Miami Red Hawks. What do we need to show you now after demolishing Fargo Davies, and already tonight a 20-point win over Fargo South? When we come back on our Valve Lead Oil Change pregame show, we'll look at the keys to the game, players to watch, and more. Get you to tip off between the Saints and Magi tonight on the PSP Network.
We realized he had 2 broken bones, was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
To introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
Continuing on with our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, with 25 years of the Lundins taking care of people they make local actually matter. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Let's take a look at this week's schedule on the PSP Network while we have a bit of time. Of course, starts tonight with 6 basketball broadcasts across the region. A couple of them have already gone final. Rugby and DLB and Division A girls basketball matchup we've been pointing out a lot tonight. Number 1 Central McLean hosting Receiving Boats Wilton Wing, a big-time District 8 tilt. Come back Thursday. We got 5 more broadcasts on a Thursday night. How about some wrestling here at Magic City Campus Gymnasium? Wilton Wing and Washburn, that's a rivalry that hits close to home. Surrey and our Redeemers in Division B boys basketball, and some hockey as well. Century takes on Minot United. Friday, what is this? 2 games? That's an off day for us on a Friday, Bryce. Minot at Bismarck, Dickinson at Minot North. Still plenty of games for your viewing pleasure on the PSP Network.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something for everyone. I'm excited to see our Redeemers. I mean, they're getting hot. They're looking the part in the Class B world. And like I said, I love watching Dickinson play, so I'm really excited to head up north and watch Mr. Cranston and company on Friday night. I got wind earlier today that there might be a ORCS MLS next week on the PSP Network. Regular season title on the line up in Mohall. Could be up there live for you on the PSP Network. All right, let's get back to this game. Take a look at our players to watch. Well, there's no denying it. Benning is back for St. Mary's. Takes 6 games off with an injury. Drops 21 against the Dickinson Mavericks, helping to power the Saints to a win there. Just continues to show why he is one of the top and most influential, really, players in the West region. Yeah, I said it. He is such a gifted scorer. He's a great defender. Look at this impact. I mean, just like he didn't miss a beat. You know, he's been out for how long, and you come in, you score 21 points. You help towards that big win versus Dickinson. It's great to have him back. A true, like, all WDA type performer is Benning.
We're going to talk about a different player coming up in our keys to the game about his three-point shooting. But I want to talk about the three-point shooting of Drew Jordan. It is almost can't-miss kind of territory these last couple games for Drew. He's shooting 41% from beyond the arc, scoring 17.5 points per game. I mean, the confidence is growing exponentially for the junior right now, Drew Jordan.
Yeah, how about in defeat? Tough loss versus Legacy. He had 22 points. He was terrific in that ball game, averaging north of 17, about 17 and a half a game. He is terrific, and it talks about You talked about it, the outside shooting ability, shooting that high percentage. He has been terrific all season long.
Turn our attention out of the Northern Plains, need our keys to the game. Let's just keep talking about these shooters because you kind of said it point blank. Trueblood needs to shoot for this Minot High team. He is also very consistent from beyond the arc. 45% three-point shooter this year.
They shot 55% in that loss versus Legacy. The big Achilles heel was the 8 of 15 from the free throw line. But look at this, Oakley Trueblood, I circling you. You had 10 points, 7 shots. I'm just going to be honest. It ain't enough. He's got to have, that hit around that 15-plus shots per game. He did have 6 assists in that ball game. He's been tremendous all year. It's the motor, it's the rim protection, and yes, he could fill it up from the outside.
And these teams played earlier in the year in St. Mary's. We were able to be at that game, and there was one guy early that kind of made a name for himself, Jackson Barth, the big physical football player down there. And Minot High doesn't really have someone to match up size-wise. Trueblood has a lot of skill down in the post, but Barth was bullying some people, and then he went away in the second half. If St. Mary's can establish Jackson Barth for every minute of this basketball game, that will help a lot.
You could see it, that his physicality that he brought in that first contest, it bothered Minot High for a majority of that ball game. Last night, 17 points versus Dickinson. Those are the two things, the great footwork, the physicality he brings, his ability to score in the paint. Try and get him some touches early here tonight.
That's all your Northern Plains heating our keys to the game. There's no other choice to see the heating your game than Northern Plains. Call Dylan today at 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is ready for the winter months ahead. New installation upgrades to all your furnace and AC needs. Again, call Dylan today at 222-2155. When we come back, we're going to draw on the screen a little bit more. Take it to the film room with Bryce Gutnick. This is the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Your day with goodness that tastes as amazing as it feels. At Blissful Bee Juicery, we serve fresh, cold-pressed juice and smoothies. Nature's best in every sip. Nourish yourself with our vibrant acai bowls with fresh fruit and granola, power bowls, protein balls, hummus, parfaits, and carrot cake. Blissful Bee Juicery. Pure, simple, blissful. Now in 2 locations on North and South Broadway.
All right, you need your textbooks. Let's do some studying here on this Minot High boys basketball team. Bryce, walk us through what you saw against Minot North.
First off, it starts with the block by Taven Archer. We talked about Oakley Trueblood. If you don't know him, here he is. This is OT. If you don't know about him, I don't know where you've been, because he has been the talk of the WDA this season for Minot High. I'm circling him. O&P. There ain't much better than a big guy running the court. Oh, wait, how about a big guy who can handle the rock? Look at this, right down the middle, splitting the defender. Acrobatic finish. The magicians want to see some of that. tonight from Mr. Trueblood.
They absolutely do, in an effort to get to 8-5 overall. Also to stay above that 500 mark in conference play. An important one tonight against the St. Mary's team, coming off again an upset win against Dickinson to set things straight after those 3 consecutive losses, wrapping up the first half of the WDA season. These teams played earlier in the year in Bismarck. It was an 89-73 win for the Magi away from home. That first half, St. Mary's had the lead for the most part. They lost the lead right before halftime, and that is when the tables turned in Minot High's favor. In the earlier matchup this year, Trueblood had 33-9-6 against the Saints. That was kind of the coming out party.
It really was him. What he did, establishing himself, especially in the second half of that ball game. You saw the whole arsenal. The one thing I'd love to talk about every time we're doing a game, watch the motor on him. He plays so hard. He deflects, keeps so many balls alive, keeps the offensive rebounding. He's so good.
Tip-off won by the Magi. We're underway with WDA boys basketball on the PSP Network. First shot of the night comes from Patrick Shanahan. It's a missed 3. Benning battles with Trueblood for the rebound. St. Mary's comes away with it. Saints in the road white. Minot High. That's a little backwards from usual. St. Mary's in the home white tonight. Minot High in the road maroon and gold. Caught me off guard there. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe maybe St. Mary's couldn't do their laundry last night.
Yeah, they had a trip last night to Dickinson. They're saying, hey, we gotta bring the whites to the Magic City here.
It's like an NSIC back-to-back. Pack a couple different jerseys.
Gotta be prepared, my friend.
Trueblood, the catch and shoot. 3 is money.
Great start offensively for Oakley there from way downtown.
Keys to the game said he needed to shoot and shoot from anywhere. Dominic Zander with the basketball for St. Mary's. Armstrong, Barth, Benning, and Terry, the rest of the starting lineup for BJ Utzold, St. Mary's Saints. Terry off the dribble, handoff, has the 3 go in and out. Saints scoreless in their first 2 possessions. Shanahan spins in the middle, puts one up with the left hand. A second chance for Shanahan, gonna get a whistle.
I love that from Shanahan. That is his game, getting in the lane. I love that left-handed finish. Sticking with that one, earning a couple attempts from the Serve Pro free throw line.
Trueblood, Gunville, Shanahan, Archer, and Jordan, the starting 5 for Jeremy Brandt's Minot High Magicians tonight, as it has been all season long. Shanahan's good on both from the Serve Pro free throw line. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians. It's Serve Pro. 5-0 start for the Magi here at home. Benning, really the first time he's been able to control the basketball today. Archer, good defense there to get in front. Gunville and Trueblood working around the perimeter. Finds Drew Jordan. It'll be Gunville taking a 3 from the wing. Misses that long rebound out to Tracy Terry. St. Mary's works with 4 guards out on the 3-point line. Barth in the middle. Armstrong got a whole wide open lane, and he'll score the 2.
Yeah, the lane parted there. You see that slight little hesitation from Armstrong. Nice finish at the rim, getting the Saints scoring going this evening.
Really like Brooks Armstrong's game as the point guard and a good basketball distributor. Taven Archer hits the 3. Scoring has dropped a little as of late for Taven Archer. He's played a big part in this Minot High success on both ends of the floor. If he can add that offensive game as well, help take Minot High to a couple late season victories. Trayson Terry misses it on the 3.
Terry had another great game last night. Had it going offensively, had 17. He was really good in that first matchup versus Minot High. His ability to slash get in the lane was tremendous.
At 21 in that first game, Oakley True Blood with a two-hand slam.
We see it outside. Now how about attacking the rim, the two-handed throwdown from, I like to call him OT. I don't know if that's going to stick. I don't know if he likes it.
He's accumulated about 8 nicknames over the course of this season. Dallas has given him about 6. I thought he was going to shoot it there. Instead, goes at the hoop again. And it's an offensive foul. Benning took the charge.
Oh, just great job by Benning. Great positioning, sacrificing your body there. Great to see True Blood maybe kick that out or stop.
Saw the
little floater maybe.
Saw the Ryan Family Dealerships replay there at the dunk. Brooks Armstrong made a business decision to just get out of the way.
You gotta do that, yeah. You gotta do that sometimes.
It'll end up on PSP Prime tomorrow. He didn't want to be anywhere near that. 4 minutes gone by, just 2 St. Mary's points. Now Drew Jordan the steal. He can get up as well, but Trayson Terry meets him. Jordan able to score a tough 2 points.
Yeah, great contest there by Terry.
St. Mary's still struggling in the shooting department. Benning misses a 3. And this is a start that looks very similar to the last time we saw Minot at home against Mandan. Just dominated from start to finish. Both ends of the floor. Jordan for 3. True Blood's hot to start. Timeout St. Mary's, it's 15-2.
Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
High students actually getting engaged early on today. A 15-2 lead for the Magi and the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Want to remind you that timeouts on the PSP Network are brought to you by First International Bank and Trust, a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between their employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Find them online at fibt.com. From the jump, again today, Minot High. An early lead, and just like their last home game against Mandan, I know there was that loss to Legacy in between, but these performances at home, they are a scary, scary team at times. Another steal. Jordan, outnumbered. Gets it back out to True Blood. Shanahan, he's going to drive. Ball was tipped away by the Saints. St. Mary's brought in a few new bodies there during the timeout. The freshman Brady Kurzman has seen his playing time go up lately, and Keller Hertz Barnett, who's a off-the-bench scoring machine.
They call him Keller HB. I love that. He looked really good in the JV game when we were here early watching that one. He really stood out to me.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore, scoring 9 a game on the varsity level too. Archer, baseline drive, bounce pass to Shanahan. Saw the back of his defender, and that's the textbook rule right there. You go to the hoop.
Terry lost sight of Shanahan. Great movement without the basketball.
Terry down to a knee there, guarded by Gunville, able to keep his dribble and keep the play alive for the Saints. Armstrong looking for a place to go. Gets a screen from Hertz Barnett. Single digits on the shot clock for Terry. Nowhere for the Saints to go on offense. Jordan guarding Benning well outside the volleyball line. With one, Benning puts up a shot. It's missed. All kinds of contact was there. And a foul will be called against the Magi.
Right as the shot clock expires, the whistle on the contact. It's going to be the second on True Blood. Make a note of that. 12:22 mark here of the first half.
Christian Benning in his senior campaign Played against Minot High, played against Legacy, and then missed the next 6 games before returning just last night against Dickinson. Only get 1 on that trip to the Serve Pro free throw line. First time we see Logan Ludwig out of the court tonight for Minot. Same with Brody Johnson. To give True Blood a breather. Lucky one there for the Magi. Went to Ludwig, but his shot is blocked. Barth.
Yeah, we talked about Barth. His ability there with coming over the help side defense.
Shanahan bumped Terry on the drive. Today's broadcast of the PSPO is brought to you in part by Val's Cyclery, locally owned and operated in downtown Minot since 1960 with a fitness center, treadmills, ellipticals, and recumbents, and a full line of e-bikes at Val's Cyclery in Minot. Barth catches the inbounds pass, kicks out immediately to Kurzman. Ball's loose. Magi forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points right now.
That's Ludwig's game. Such a really good defender. Another guy, high motor player off the bench for the Magicians.
Jordan rattles in another 3.
Jordan is cooking early here in this one. 8 points already here in the first half.
Spoke about him in the pregame show. He is shooting so well from beyond the arc as of late, up to 41%. From that part of the floor. Terry looking for anything for this St. Mary's offense. They made 1 field goal in 7 minutes. 20-3 lead for Minot High. Ludwig in the middle. Barth stood his ground.
Great job by Barth, just going vertical there.
I say it's Minot basketball.
Did he step on the line, or I'm not sure.
I don't really know.
They're having a discussion.
I feel like.
Here we go. We'll get it right here.
In the meantime, let's watch some highlights.
St. Mary's is arguing that it was tipped. I didn't.
I thought it kind of got thrown off the back of the Minot High player there, but then the point was the St. Mary's ball handler on the sideline. I think that ended up being the call. Possession to the Magi. 10:51 to go first half of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. All Minot tonight. 20-3.
Still having a conversation here. The ball's in place, so.
Smart passing here from Minot. Shanahan tried to zip one between. And now Minot has an argument that the ball should stay with them.
Like, that
Ludwig
one was tipped.
Said there is no way that one hit my hand. Armstrong to Barth on the block. Trying to work past Ludwig. He will draw the foul. 2 free throws for the senior. Jackson Barth shoots 60% there at the line.
I really feel like they're settling these first few 8 minutes here in this first half. I like that. Get down to Barth. I like that matchup for St. Mary's, him versus Ludwig right now, down on the block.
Another miss at the Serve Pro free throw line for the Saints. They can't buy a bucket from anywhere on the floor right now. Oh for 2. Obviously the challenge of playing in Dickinson last night. Mountain Time game. Playing in Minot the day after, but just the hot and cold we have seen this offense go on from one night to the next. Very difficult.
It's a challenge, I'm telling you. These young men are in school all day too. There's more to it than just basketball. Studying and all that. As a turnover gives it right over to St. Mary's.
You're saying student comes before athlete?
I do. That's what I'm saying.
You are right.
That is what I'm saying.
Turnover there by Minot. It was forced by the Saints off the leg of Jordan. Barth gives to Benning. And Gunville, a hand on the basketball. Benning keeps possession alive for the Saints. Barth goes to work against Johnson. Archer the block, then Johnson the block, and Johnson again. We did have a foul on that third shot attempt.
Can't hear the whistle, Owen.
Yeah, that student section was getting crazy loud. Johnson and Archer were denying Barth of anything towards the basket.
I love it, just going at it there in the paint. Minot High bench was up. They were rowdy. Hence the reason we couldn't hear the whistle barely there.
Oh, still Jackson Barth 0 for at the free throw line. Now 0 for 3 to start his night. And he'll miss the fourth. St. Mary's, a team that is in their head right now. 20-3. They trail halfway through the first half. Timeout taken by Minot High. They've also been stuck at 20 here for a little bit. Trying to see if the offense can get back to work. Up by 17 of the PSP Network.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Your plan, your future, your team.
(20-3) lead for the Minot High Magicians here at home against St. Mary's. Minot High number 4 in the league coming into play tonight. St. Mary's number 7 in the West. I figured, though, we might see a very competitive game, but it has been the exact opposite. Minot High has brought it tonight on both ends of the floor.
They really have. What a start to this one. It was True Blood early. Drew Jordan got going. Now a turnover here to the Saints.
Yeah, a couple of those recently for Minot. Armstrong, the only made field goal of the night. Well, it stays the same. He's got 5 of St. Mary's 6.
Yeah, great find there. Armstrong open in the corner.
Johnson, turnaround 3. We talk about three-point shooters and how good Minot's got him. Brody Johnson is over 50% this year.
You got to come out and guard him. That is just too much space for Mr. Brody Johnson.
How valuable is it to bring your 6th guy off the bench and he's just going to knock down whatever shot he gets?
Absolutely. You can see his confidence has grown game by game.
Here he goes in the post against Barth. A miss. Heard the footsteps behind him. Rebound goes down to Kurzman. 23-6 Magi. Benning thought about it for a second. Eventually puts up the long 3 over Gunville and misses short. Travis Collision Center halftime report coming up next. Gunville finds an open Taven Archer. The defense got out of position. Rebound being tipped. It goes to Jordan, and he's hacked at by Dominic Zander.
Great job there by Brody Johnson. It's his activity there in the paint, keeping that live as he heads to the bench. And True Blood's going to check in with those 2 personal fouls.
Around the horn it goes. Everybody touches the basketball. That is beautiful basketball right there.
When you're watching film, that is one you show of your coach, Brandt, just around the horn. Nobody dribbling, just move it. You get a wide open 3 in the corner for Mr. Drew Jordan.
I'm going to make it a point of emphasis. That ends up on the Dowley's dimes tomorrow. Benning, second chance won't fall. It has just not been the night for the St. Mary's Saints today. Jordan swings it to Taven Archer, another corner three. Rebound on to Terry, room to run. 2-on-1, gives it up to Armstrong. Magi do a great job catching up. Saints have to get into the half-court offense. They've struggled there today. Another miss from the field, but Trayson Terry is going to get free throws.
Yeah, you saw it there. It's the transition defense there by Drew Jordan. I know St. Mary's going to end up with a couple free throw attempts there, but good job in transition.
Remember, St. Mary's has not shot well from the free throw line either. 1 for 6.
Correct.
To start the game.
They've really struggled here to begin this game. And see if this maybe gets Trayson Terry going. You know, just a couple free throw attempts, kind of get him going offensively as he. That's a broadcaster's jinx. And sorry about that, Mr. Terry, but the woes continue here from the free throw line for the Saints.
Down 20 in the first half. Not much time left in that first half. I feel like a really tough place to be on the road. Back-to-back games for the Saints. Nobody closes out to True Blood, but the shot is missed. Terry being chased down by Gunville. He's going to keep it himself. Jordan swats that one out of the air.
Oh, I think the refs could have turned it. I think the block went off Terry.
They are going to reverse it. Let's watch it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
I believe it goes off Terry's shoulder there off the block. That's going to be Minot High ball.
Yeah, the official right there on the baseline was blocked of that view.
Correct.
Sprinting in to overturn the call on the court. 6.5 to play, first half, 26-7, Minot High in the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life's busy, that's why they'll make managing your money easy. Find them online at bnc.bank. Shanahan, jump stop. Burst it out to Taven Archer. Jordan from long distance tonight, 4 first half threes for Drew Jordan.
That one is from a mile away. Drew Jordan showing off the range here tonight.
Terry cannot work past Jordan there with the ball. Trueblood pokes it away. Shanahan is hit by Barth. A little bit of frustration behind that collision.
Is just it's the third team foul only on St. Mary's in this first half. How about Drew Jordan?
I think we got a replay of that one, didn't we?
I mean, that one's from.
Oh no,
that's almost from PSP headquarters.
Yeah, the mothership.
They continue to kind of show this zone look too, and Minot's done a tremendous job getting some great looks, moving the ball.
Trueblood and Gunville working the corners of the posts. A foul against Hertz Barnett. If you're St. Mary's, you've made 2 field goals the whole game. Where do you even start with the comeback right here?
You gotta
where
win.
does it happen?
You gotta win this next 5 minutes. You need something to get into the half. I don't know what the number is. Maybe try to get it to 12, 15. Try and call. That's a big win as Jordan, another attempt here. But you gotta win these next few minutes. Now it's a turnover.
Yeah. You get the rare miss by Jordan, immediately throw it out of bounds. I mean, it seems too obvious to say, well, you just gotta wait till you make shots, but they've waited for 13 minutes now and haven't got any to fall.
That's crazy. And when they've been aggressive, they've gotten to the free throw line. They just have not shot a high percentage here in this first half.
Trueblood catches along the baseline, back up top to Archer. Jordan now on the attack. His pass batted out of the air by Hertz Barnett. Today's game on the PSP Network is also brought to you by Bones Barbecue Sauce, a true North Dakota original, created and bottled right here in Indy. Find it today at your local grocery store, Cashwise Marketplace, and Family Fare. Minot High with a baseline inbounds. And they'll go around the three-point line to Jalen Gunville. Found a little room in that zone defense. Be Minot basketball still with the new shot clock. 4:54 to go in the half.
I like this lineup, though. I like this lineup out there for St. Mary's. You get a little more size. You get Hertz Barnett out there with Barth, a little more length.
Archer catches there in the lane. Tough to go over the 6'6" Hertz Barnett. Barth going to the basket. He got behind Trueblood. That was 2 points on any other night but today.
Yeah, it was great find, great backdoor cut there, unable to reel it in there.
Checking in for the Saints, number 25, David Cruz.
Coming up in our Dromes Collision halftime report, a look at the first half numbers. A look at some scores around the state. Not as many upsets on the boys' side. A couple
really
updates though on the girls.
Cheyenne Horace boys here tonight. Going to be very interesting. We'll get you an update on that one. I know Owen and I are excited to see that.
Gunville just got left alone there in the corner after dropping the pass. Wide open three, but he missed it. Now Armstrong goes to Benning, not really clean. Baseline drive, Benning will not get the roll. Offensive rebound though to Trace and Terry. Opportunity to capitalize here for St. Mary's, get something going right. Lob it up to Hertz Barnett. Nice pass out to Benning. The fire three from the corner is good. First made field goal today for Christian Benning.
I love that. That's that. Not even coming down with it. Hertz Barnett, nice find. Little touch pass to Benning. Much needed offense for the Saints.
Still they trail by 19 with 3.5 in the first half. Trueblood works into the lane, tries to find Archer, instead it's stolen away by Kurzman. Terry will bring it up for St. Mary's. Armstrong tried to find Kurzman, he was running the opposite way.
That's the right idea. I can see what Armstrong's doing. He's saying, hey, Kurzman, you cut to the basket there. We've got a layup there. But it ends up another turnover for St. Mary's here in this first half.
It's plagued the Saints all night long. Trueblood, turnaround jump shot. Compare this first half to the Mandan first half. Minot just poured it on. It was non-stop against the Braves. Minot has had their own recent offensive struggles as of late, kind of limiting this to a 19-point lead. It could be a lot worse. Jordan, though, for three, short. Throws the rebound off of Terry.
Great awareness by Jordan, keeping another possession. But yeah, been a little stagnant on the offensive end here. I know they're getting some good looks from the perimeter. See if they can get something. Oakley Trueblood kind of roaming in that middle, something where he can attack the basket. Great
Inbound
cut.
right to Archer. Terry thought about the three, decides to keep the offense moving. Barth handles it for the Saints. Back to Trace and Terry. Made that shot a little more difficult than it needed to be with the whole carrying the ball. Another Minot turnover.
That's Terry's game, though. He's attacking the rim. You saw it most of this first half. He's kind of been settling from beyond the arc. I like that, though. Everything but finishing there on that last one.
Trace and Terry, just the sophomore. He's been the scoring leader in Benning's absence. 20 points a game for Terry. Shoots 51% from the field. Benning stuck along the sideline. Guarded by Shanahan. Barth works to the right block. Another foul late in the shot clock against Logan Ludwig.
Foul number 33, Logan Ludwig. First person, 7. Team foul.
Barth's talking to himself here as he heads to the Serve Pro free throw line. He's done a good job at attacking there in the paint. Just needs to start capitalizing on these attempts.
There's the first make today for Barth on his third trip to the free throw line. Free throw line brought to you by Serve Pro, 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians. Use advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. It's one make and only one make there for Barth. A 31-11 lead for Minot on the VNC National Bank scoreboard. Ludwig evaluates every option and then has it stolen away by Terry. Took too much time. Terry will outrun the defense and score.
Great take there by Terry in transition. It's his first bucket here at the 105 mark of this first half.
And Minot trying to dice up the zone defense for St. Mary's. They've gotten a lot of open looks. Can they hit one here in Gunville? The answer is yes.
That is just too much space for Gunville. His first points of the ball game.
Under a minute to go, first half. Barth works with Terry at the top of the key. Eventually faces up the defense, hands off Xander. It's Benning now. He's used a lot of the shot clock. Eventually Benning will try and drive. Gets Shanahan in the air. It's the two.
Great job by Benning there. Like you said, getting that defender in the air. Nice finish at the rim.
Final possession of the first half. Minot up 19, but they want some more. Gunville gives up to Shanahan at the buzzer. Minot ended up not getting the look they were hoping for. But what a first 18 minutes again for Minot High at home. 34-15, they dominate in the first half against the St. Mary's Saints. Halftime report is next.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Bryce, you know what time it is? You know what time of the year it is? It's cheer competition time.
Yes, it is.
Minot High getting to practice a couple routines here for the home crowd as the boys basketball team leads 34-15 over St. Mary's. We enter the Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. Let's just start out by looking at the first half numbers in this one. Minot High got off to such a blazing start on offense. Kind of cooled down at the end, though.
They really did. They got out to that 17-3 start. It was Drew Jordan from beyond the arc. I mean, Trueblood at those first couple minutes had a couple highlight reels to the three from deep and then the two-handed throwdown. I mean, what St. Mary's really settling. They were really settling in that first half. And how about this? Only 5 made field goals in the first half by the Saints.
Take a look at a couple of scores from around the state today. Elsewhere on the PSP network, a blowout as well up at Minot North. Legacy has gone on the road, and they have put the hammer down against Minot North today. 54-28 the score at the half. Also a fairly big margin at halftime. Bismarck High leads Mandan 44-24. Interesting Mandan team right now. They lose a bunch of games there. It's a very tough competition. They come back and put together a winning performance against St. Mary's. They really needed that. And then kind of laying an egg again against Bismarck High today at home, down by 20 at the break. Century leads Jamestown by 26 at halftime, and yet to tip off Dickinson and Williston on the PSP network. A couple of final scores we never got to on the girls' side. Jamestown completes the upset over Century, 59-56. That will sure shake some things up in the West region. Mandan 59-50 over Bismarck as well. Legacy, they pulled away at the end against Minot North, 73-60. But tell you what, round 2 is off to a cracking start in the WDA.
It really is. How about Jamestown really shaking up the old WDA standings tonight. Big win by them, and it was tremendous. Minot North was battling Legacy all night. I know Legacy ended up on top, and Mandan in a dogfight as well. I mean, Bismarck High, they're going to do that night in, night out. They're going to come to play. Nice win for Mandan here tonight as well.
34-15 our score here in Minot. We'll have the second half next on the PSP Network. This has been the Jerome's Collision Center halftime report.
Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in, and this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to... Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms, and watch for next week's Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in. If we can make an impact in that community, we will.
At the same time, or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your source for power and information.
As a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Now just got finished with our Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. Accidents happen, it's a part of life. It's a goal that forces Jerome's Collision Center to do more than just fix your vehicle. They want to get you and your car and your life back on the road as soon as possible. Since 1975, you can call at 701-852-5126 to schedule your collision repair or other service. Collision is our specialty. We value you and your car at Jerome's Collision Center. Second half action between St. Mary's and Minot High on the way. Again, tune in tomorrow night, PSP Prime Time. Brought to you by AECM and Spas, etc. of Bismarck. 4 guests joining us at the PSP headquarters. Head boys basketball coach of the Minot North Sentinels, Drew Hischlin. Coach of the Minot United, I should say, hockey team, Jordan Willard. And 2 players from the South Prairie Max Royals, the #1 team in Division A girls basketball, Scotty Beck and Riley Rutledge. And, of course, the BG top 5, Dalley's Dimes, you name it, we got it.
You got to talk about yourself, the professor.
Got to go over the polls.
Talk the polls.
Talk a little Division B. I am excited to see what that Division B poll looks like in girls basketball now. Benson County loses to Kenmare Bull Bells tonight.
Some shakeups on a Tuesday night late in January.
34-15 to start the second half. Minot High has the lead. St. Mary's will start with the ball. David Archer puts a shoulder into Brooks Armstrong, and the ball goes to Trueblood. He'll run the floor, and that's what we pointed out in our film study earlier today, but misses the 2.
And Coach Hendershot's over here saying, hey, Archer, lower your shoulder like that. We got a position for you on the football team, bud. Yeah. Come on down in the fall.
Free safety.
Coach Hendershot in the house tonight. Love that. Teacher appreciation night.
Yes. Had the teacher starting lineup.
I love it. They got those shirts. I mean, really, really awesome thing they did here tonight at Minot High School.
And Minot High looking to reward them with a sweep. Girls got it done earlier tonight. Minot High, they hang on to this lead in the second half. St. Mary's, an offensive rebound for Trayson Terry. Well, said in the first half, St. Mary's just needs to start making shots. There's the start.
Terry's almost out of bounds shooting that thing. He's so deep. Great start here for him offensively in the second half.
He was in Drew Jordan's range. Lob it to Archer running baseline.
Great movement by Archer. Had 5 in the first half. He's up to 7 in the ball game.
Another instance, St. Mary's just loses the offensive player. They've been sitting in that zone a lot, left the baseline wide open.
Great pass.
Nice. Dish right there. Benning goes to Barth.
I love that, a little 2-man game. Try and get Barth going here in the second half.
Good start for St. Mary's out of the break. They've cut it to 16, so a long ways to go, but promising signs. Trueblood for 3. A rather quiet first half by his standards. Terry looks up the court for Xander. Shanahan was standing right in the way. Shanahan will throw it up to the rim, and then the rebound is thrown out of bounds by Drew Jordan. This is going to be St. Mary's Minot basketball.
Yeah, it's going to stick with Minot High there. There you see the speed burst. One of the quickest guys in the WDA is Patrick Shanahan.
Play the ball into Jordan. Left alone on the three-point line. Made 4 first-half threes to Jordan. There's going to be a blocking foul against Archer running up the court.
See it, though. They started hot from beyond the arc. They've really cooled down here towards the end of the second half here, and to start end of the first half, excuse me, and the start of the second half. Open looks just not going down for Minot High.
Xander, quick catch and shoot on the assist from Brooks Armstrong. First points today for Xander.
Nice 8-2 spurt to start the second half here for the Saints.
Seeing some energy from the St. Mary's sideline. Did not see that in the first 18 minutes. Trueblood turns around to face the defense. Keeps the ball moving to Shanahan. His 3 is right on the mark.
Shanahan, his first made 3. He's up to 7 points here tonight.
And St. Mary's keep it up. Again, Barth working with Benning. Coughed up the basketball. Shanahan the steal for Minot. Now a steal back by Trace and Terry. They'll try and outrun Trueblood and try and slam it home. Could have gone either way there. Jordan on the other side. He'll miss the layup. Coach Brandt's got hands on his head right now.
A lot to digest here.
Benning, the 3 is missed. Terry and Shanahan wrestling for the basketball. That's what we're going to see on Thursday night on the PSP Network.
Wrestling starting early here tonight. Terry and Shanahan getting after it.
And waiting to bring out the wrestling play-by-play. Could have done it right there.
I'm not sure what the weight class would be on there.
I think we almost had a 2-point reversal by Terry, but jump ball will go to Minot High.
Terry trying to throw that one down. You see the contest by Trueblood, and then Jordan has a wide open layup. Unable to a lot going on in that minute and a half stretch there.
But nothing happened on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Still 39-23. Another pass picked off. Xander takes one away from Oakley Trueblood. Benning has to give it up to Barth. Jordan with another block.
Great discipline, staying down there, high pointing it.
Shanahan drives, goes up with the right hand. Trueblood takes 2 tries, eventually gets one to go. Timeout on the floor brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. 41-23, Minot High has the lead. Well, looks like we had a foul call, correct?
Yeah, I think it's an N1 is my understanding. I think there's going to be a foul called on Terry.
Well, we're still going to get a Minot timeout.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure when we get to take this timeout, but why don't we just keep it here and thank another one of our sponsors on the PSP Network. That would be the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot, open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7 and on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3. UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store. So it will be an and 1 here for Patrick Shanahan after the Minot timeout. Foul was against Xander. It looked like he was the one they were calling. Again, there was a lot of signals there. I was assuming they were just calling timeouts, but no, the foul's against Brooks Armstrong.
Okay, I said Terry. You said Xander. It ends up being on Armstrong.
There were just a lot of hand signals that they didn't make any sense.
After all that, Trueblood's going to step to the line here. try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Oh, and see here, I thought Shanahan made that shot. All right. And one for Oakley. True
I got
blood.
you, Opie. I got you.
Thank you. Well, all of a sudden, St. Mary's is back down by 19. After a very good start to the half, Benning contested finish.
Yeah, what a finish. There you see the strength of Benning to get that ball up on the glass. Nice finish.
Foul there against Dominic Zander, his second, team second of the half. Well, if you like what you're seeing today on the PSP Network, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X for all the latest updates and coming broadcasts, Player of the Week, MVP performances. Shanahan knifes into the lane, finds Gunville. Quick back out to Shanahan. His three's missed. Hertz Barnett looking for the ball. 6'6" forward in the lane. Tried to tip it over to Kurzman. That ends up out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought it looked like Benning had an opportunity to get that to Hertz Barnett, but it is a turnover. Right back to Minot High.
Still 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the basketball game. Minot looking to bounce back from a Friday night loss at Legacy by just 2 points. St. Mary's looking to piece together back-to-back wins after taking down Dickinson in a 3-point win last night. Steal by Barth. Benning, the transition three. Nothing but net.
Benning, nice job there in rhythm. He is into double figures with 11. Saints continue to try and chip away at this lead.
Huge offensive improvements from one half to the next for St. Mary's tonight. Well, they find enough steam to complete the comeback in Minot. Jordan, the long three. He's been off lately, but there is three number 5 for Drew Jordan tonight.
You said it, 5 made threes in the ball game, 17 points on the evening.
Terry step back three is missed. Can't knock the confident shooters tonight. Archer dribbled it between the legs there of Benning and then picks up a foul. To add to the weird plays today.
Yeah, it's been kind of a weird little second half, but how about this? It's 5 made field goals in the first half for St. Mary's. They had 5 made field goals at the 12-minute mark here of the second half. I tell you, basketball is a very strange game, my friend.
Tell you what, this St. Mary's team came into the year with kind of some hype around him. You saw the pieces. It's been on display at times, but it's just about St. Mary's. This team had to find a signature win. Obviously, Monday night, they can use that against the top 5 team in the state on the road. Get going in the right direction. I mean, Coach Etzold, 6 wins this year. That's tied for the most in a season in his 5-year campaign.
And what has this guy brought since his return? Benning starting to get going offensively here in the second half.
Archer corner 3 in response.
Archer's into double digits. He's got 10 in the ball game.
Zander looks for Benning going to the basket. Trueblood got a hand in the way. Picks up the basketball and then is fouled around half court. Let's watch another Ryan Family Dealerships replay. For 50 years, Ryan's been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory online at driveryan.com.
Archer's really provided a nice boost here tonight. 10 points, couple made threes.
Archer will bring the ball up for Minot after the foul. Johnson kicks to Archer. Work around the first defender. Swinging again to Jordan. Trying to find Trueblood. He does. 7 to shoot. Gives back to Archer. Got to put up a shot soon. It'll be a 3 by Johnson. Denied by Hertz Barnett. There will be 1 second left on the clock, but let's enjoy this block again.
I love it. The closeout by Keller HB, the 6'6" sophomore.
Tell you what, 6'6" with some springs right there.
He sent that
Need a shot clock
into
violation.
the stands, my friend.
That deserves a second look.
I was going to hit our camera guy for a second here. That thing was slotted.
Yeah, you can't really see how far that ball went. That was down the hallway. We got a kid on the court. He's going to be sent home. It's bedtime now.
Maybe concession stand time, maybe. I hope it's concession stand.
Just going to get a stern talking to out there.
Be a good story when he's older. Remember
Yeah.
the time he ran on the Minot High court when you were 3 years old?
9:19 to go in the game. 48-31 Minot. Foul against Alex Winchesky into the game for the first time here. St. Mary's just kind of stuck out there at the top of the key. Eventually Armstrong brings it inside the three-point line and scores.
Yeah, it didn't look like much was going offensively in that set there. Armstrong with a little mid-range. He's got 7 points here tonight.
Still sitting in that 2-3 zone. Trueblood cuts baseline. St. Mary's just comes off the baseline sometimes, leaves cutters wide open.
Attack the middle there. Brody Johnson, nice find for the throwdown from Mr. Trueblood.
Couple dunks tonight from Oakley Trueblood. He blocked one from Trayson Terry earlier. Winchesky gives it right back. And then that one bounce, lost control of it. Johnson secures it for the Magi. Jump pass into Johnson. Xander pokes the ball away. Now single digits on the shot clock. Jordan misses from the mid-range. Terry goes away from that Hertz Barnett screen. Jordan all over that. Couple moves from Terry. Johnson won't get away with the block. Watching this Keller Hertz Barnett play both sides of the floor. 6'6" sophomore. He's kind of just sitting behind Jackson Barth right now. What's the amount of upside on that player?
Yeah, I like I said, he really stood out to me in that JV game. He kind of got an uptick in minutes with Benning missing some time there. He kind of moved up the rotation. I mean, you got to love the frame. First of all, he's standing at 6'6", just a sophomore. Going to be fun to watch him these next couple years develop.
Learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Relax, spa
spas, etc., Bismarck's #1 hot tub and sauna dealer brings luxury and wellness straight to your home. Discover top brands, Sundance hot tubs, and Michael Phelps swim spas that deliver not just relaxation, but real therapeutic benefits. Right now, save up to $5,000 or enjoy up to 72 months interest-free financing. Visit us today at 1420 East Main Avenue in Bismarck and experience the best deals for yourself.
Tell you what, Bryce, we're going to have a busy February and March on PSP Plus. Look at that beauty. 15 tournaments for you on PSP Plus. Passes coming right up on PSP.network. I'm not even going to ask you what the favorite tournament you have on there is.
We're really excited to go to Four Bears. You
Yes.
and I have talked about that. We've got tasked as Hertz Barnett hits free throw. We're really excited for Boys Region 3 at Class B.
Yep.
We're going to be there covering that wall to wall.
Tell you what, another good tournament we got is District 8 on the boys' side.
Yes.
We just saw a thriller go down on the PSP network.
Really good.
In Turtle Lake. Honestly, haven't checked if the #1 team kept their undefeated season alive. That would be Central McLean, but that tournament from Washburn should deliver some exciting basketball. Catch it all on PSP Plus.
WDA, I know our excitement level, it seems like it just elevates every year.
Yeah, we couldn't forget about that one, yeah.
22 games.
Johnson, in the end, will pick up the basketball. The missed shot, Trueblood is there again. Finish the play.
Nice little second half for Trueblood going. He's up to 12 points here tonight.
Three by Benning. Trueblood leaps up to the rim to get the rebound. (52-34). Another turnover by the Magi. They lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. Terry shuffles his way into the paint. And he's just a sophomore as well. And Hertz Barnett in that class. Of course, the freshman Kurzman who we've seen tonight. With 3 for Minot High.
Drew Jordan, #6 on the night. He's up to 20 for the ball game.
Armstrong after a double take, misses the 3. Benning timed it up well, just couldn't get the shot to go. Ludwig right back out to Gunville, sets up for 3, and it's good.
Gunville's second made 3 of the game. He's up to 6 here.
Minot High leads by 20 plus. As the offense gets back in rhythm, Benning down the left side of the lane, count it, and the foul.
Benning's really had a nice second half. I know he kind of struggled to finish around that rim the first half with 6, but he we've seen the whole arsenal from him here this second half. Couple made 3s, attacking there, finishing through the contact.
Saw it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
It's just great to have him back. I mean,
yes.
The WDA is better, obviously, when Mr. Benning is healthy.
6 games away this week, his first week back from injury. Foul against Terry. St. Mary's will be back in action on Thursday night, just one night off in the middle of a 3-game week, playing the Legacy Sabres. Legacy handling Minot North tonight.
I know you want to win every game, but if St. Mary's could go into this tough week, kind of go 2 out of 3, I think that's a win. I really do.
Shanahan rises with a left-handed layup. He's fouled by Hertz Barnett. 2 free throws on the way for Shanahan, also a sophomore class. Yeah, after you wrap up this week, kind of get that extra day off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
They're going to need it. Yeah, I mean, you'll welcome that.
Boy, they travel to Jamestown, and then they'll come up to Minot North next Friday, take on the Sentinels. Minot North, a team that beat St. Mary's early in the year. It's kind of been that seesaw of emotions this year for St. Mary's.
Yeah, it really has. It's like you said, it's cliche, but any given night you can just see it here in the WDA. You see it in the EDC.
Well, Jackson Barth volleyball spiked that ball out of bounds. Not necessarily how you'd want the big guy to rebound, but Minot High basketball. 59-39, 4:48 to go, second half of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Shanahan guarded by Benning. Got hands in the air everywhere. Open shooters. Benning kicks that pass from Trueblood. Gunville's just been sitting in the corner, hands up.
Yeah, he has.
He's ready at all times to shoot one.
You know, another guy, he's kind of been a little quiet, you know, this year offensively for this team. A guy you want to get looks for, so lethal from beyond the arc.
Odd inbounds play right there. Jordan maybe got hit in the head. Terry then lost the ball out of bounds. Gunville with a good recovery defense. Make sure Jordan's all right.
Great hands there by Gunville. Backing that off, Terry.
Once this game goes final of the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show, Shanahan, the mid-range in the lane is good.
He is into double figures tonight. He has 10.
Terry has his 3 blocked. Picked up by Shanahan. Looks up the floor. It's Taven Archer. Bumped by Terry. He on the ground. Next Saints foul puts Minot in the bonus.
I like that from Archer running the court there. Kind of looked like a little DB wide receiver matchup there.
During the post-game show, we'll speak with our Sport Clips MVP, name the Magic City Home Leisure move of the game, and get out of here. Ready for PSP prime time tomorrow night.
I might try and make my way and watch Mr. Sage Hansen play on Thursday evening.
Tell you what, if you guys didn't read the headlines last week, had a 50-point, 25-rebound game against Glenburn. 50 points is good on its own. 25 rebounds is good on its own. You put them in one game, my goodness.
A 50-burger. I mean...
50 and 25. Like, I know we've seen some rare 50-point performances.
Yeah.
Remember last year, Walker Brown had the first 50-point game in like 40 years. But to couple that with, oh my, 25 rebounds.
25 rebounds. And I'd venture to say he probably had a number of blocks in that game. I don't know the total, but I mean.
I'll throw out maybe
if I were a betting
4.
Man.
We got end of the bench coming in here with 3:32 to go. A 22-point lead for Minot High. Try and get you some of these names as we can. Connor Lundeen, Dylan Locker, Reeve Honeyman, Brady Kurzman is back, and Jay Mueller on the court for St. Mary's. It'll be Remington Anderson, Jaron Melhoff, Parker Fertel. Everybody will say shoot it when Parker Fertel gets his hands on it.
It's already started.
Rebound by Logan Ludwig, and the putback is good. Not to forget Alex Winchesky's back in the game for Minot.
I love the student section. They're dressed in black tonight. If you're a kid we want people to watch a game on PSP, but come to the games. Look at that. It's so much better when the student section's filled up like that, standing the entire time.
Oh, they're asking for Tell to shoot because he drained his first ever three-point attempt against Mandan, and it was one of the better looking shots I've seen this year.
Kid kind of known more for the gridiron.
Yes.
I guarantee if he does get an opportunity, he is going to pull the trigger.
He's going to make people disappointed if he doesn't. There's Honeyman. Out to Kurzman. Three's up and just a little off. Rebound we tipped away to Ludwig. Minot High will slow it down. Up 24. Look at their 8th win of the year. Stay above 500 in conference play at 6-4. And they've got Bismarck High coming up. Look at Minot this year. They came into play today 5-4. Obviously, that's not exactly where Minot High always likes to be, right around 500. But they're 4 losses to the top 4 teams in the league by an average of 9 points a game. They've hung around with everybody so far, even in losses.
They were battling in that first matchup with Bismarck High. I know you got to, I believe you did that game, correct? Bismarck kind of pulled away later in that second half.
Yeah, even in those 2 blowout losses that were only by 12 or 16 points to BHS and Century, those were single-digit deficits down to the final 5 minutes. Honeyman gets one over Winchesky.
Nice athletic finish there by Honeyman, getting into the scoring column. We all know the Carl guard, though, Owen. Oh.
Yes. Bismarck, a giant win tonight over Mandan on the road to start up round 2 of West Region action.
I think it's probably, my opinion, it is the toughest place to go on the road and win in the WDA. That's my opinion.
You're listening in to Dallas and I's conversation the other night about best gyms in the West Region. We settle on a 50-50 split, Bismarck and Mandan.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you got to love that facility.
But to be honest, maybe we should have thrown Minot in the conversation. This is a tough place for road teams to win.
When you get the band going in here, and I mean, it's loud, it is rowdy.
Less than a minute to play. Shot clock did not reset for Minot. Ludwig will try and squeeze through the defense. Anderson the 3. Nope. Rebound by Kurzman. (65-41). Minot High will take another home win. They and one here for Brady Kurzman late in the basketball game. Started out incredibly well. They were up 15-2 to start the game.
Yeah, just St. Mary's could just not recover. Like you said, that hot start and the struggles offensively in that first half.
3-point play for Kurzman. Minot High doesn't need to put up a shot. No shot clock. 25 seconds to go in the basketball game and a 21-point lead. St. Mary's will drop to 6-7, 3-7 in the West Region. Had a foul there against Mueller. Pretty sure Minot High just wanted to kind of sit out there, but St. Mary's is going to play defense.
Winchesky, opportunity to get in the scorebook here from the Serve Pro free throw line.
Yeah, will he end up in the newspaper or not? Yes. One out of 2. And that'll do it. Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show on the way. This one's final. Minot High 66. St. Mary's 44. The Magi bounce back after the tough loss at Legacy. Pick up a win over their region rivals, St. Mary's. Again, post-game show on the corner.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Once again, the Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game show on the PSP Network. Shots Crossroads is your post-game headquarters. Get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Or online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. Shots Crossroads. All right, post-game show tonight. Minot High won this one 66-44, picking up a victory at home over the St. Mary's Saints. As for how it happened, let's take a look at the final scoring numbers, Bryce.
I'm going to start on St. Mary's side. They were led in scoring by Christian Bedding. Love to see him back. I know I've said that a number of times, but it's great that he's healthy, back in the lineup for the Saints. He finished with 17. Trayson Terry, 8 points on the evening. Barth with 3. Xander with 3. Keller HB had 1. Kurzman with 3. 7 for Armstrong and 2 for Honeyman. On the Magicians side, led in scoring by Mr. Drew Jordan. 6 made threes here tonight. He had 20 points in the contest. Johnson finished with 3. Ludwig had 4. 12 for Trueblood. 10 for Shanahan. 10 for Archer. Couple made threes for Gunville. He finished with 6, and Winchesky with 1 from the free throw line. What a performance. What a bounce back here tonight for Minot High.
Absolutely was, to get to 6-4 in conference play. As for kind of how this game went along, you get out to a 15-2 start like that. I know it was very early in the game, but it just seems like even at that point early in the first half, there was just no coming back from it for St. Mary's.
Yeah, the 15-2 spurt. You've got the highlight reel dunk by Trueblood. This place was into it. I mean, it was loud, electric start by Minot High. We talked about it. 5 made field goals in the first half. You're just not going to win a lot of basketball games with that kind of offensive output. The struggles from the free throw line were there as well. It just nothing just couldn't get it going here tonight. We talked about the tough stretch. I'm not making any excuses. Minot High came ready to play from the jump, but it's tough. We talked about going to Dickinson last night on a road trip. You come to Minot on a road trip. You're playing two very good teams. St. Mary's probably got their eye, like I said. See if you can finish this week strong on Thursday. Try and get 2 out of 3 for this week. That'd be a real big win for this Saints team.
Yeah, Legacy, a team that matches up pretty well with St. Mary's. You got athletic guards. You've got the big forwards, Rubidou with Barth. That's quite a matchup down there. But 10th straight victory for Minot High over St. Mary's, going back into history, and a sweep today for both the boys and the girls. A 4-0 season, at least in the regular part of the season, for Minot High over St. Mary's. They take care of the Saints in West Region play. How about we hand out our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game? It's time to bring a spot to your home. Stop at Magic City Home Leisure on South Broadway. You'll find a massive inventory and a next-level sales team that help you find the perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room. Magic City Home Leisure. Take it away, Bryce.
Brody Johnson, top of the key, sneaking that pass to the baseline to Trueblood. Trueblood with the emphatic finish there, his second dunk of the game. I loved the find by Johnson, kind of dissecting that zone. I think the first dunk was probably a little more powerful, maybe it would be the word from Trueblood, but I love the pass. Johnson to Trueblood is the move of the game this evening.
I would like to make a runner-up move of the game, if I may.
I'm ready.
The ball movement in the first half by Minot High. Everybody touches it around the three-point line. Ends up with Archer, I believe it was. Drew Jordan with the corner three.
Yes.
I'm going to throw that one in
that was
for a second Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. All right, shortly, we hope, we'll speak with our Sport Clips MVP. As for now, we'll step aside for just a second. This is our Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game show. Minot High the win over St. Mary's tonight.
Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
Talking into the mic.
Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game show wrapping up as we speak with our Sport Clips MVP tonight, Taven Archer of Minot High. Tell you what, did a lot of the little things, and they went noticed today against St. Mary's. Let's just start how this game started. Second straight home game. You guys are on them from the start. A 15-2 run. How did that set you guys up for success today against St. Mary's?
Well, came off a loss on Friday against Legacy, and we just had to bounce back, go harder. We push harder in practice, and just start off hot, and that just shows them how the rest of the game will go.
It kind of leads into my next question. I mean, just a tough loss. I know you guys had some opportunities to win that game versus Legacy. What's the message from Coach Brandt, after a tough loss like that?
We just got to work harder, rebounding. It's just, the little things, boxing out, rebounding, just hustling back. Not letting up offensive rebounds and just things like that.
Teacher appreciation night. Who did you bring as a teacher tonight?
I brought in Miss Wolf.
Miss Wolf, you want to give her a shout out?
Shout out Miss Wolf. Patrick picked her too. So
awesome.
Shout out Miss Wolf.
Yeah, very cool on that. Another question I have. I mean, you look like a cornerback, maybe a wide receiver. Have you ever played football?
No, but
I'm telling you, man, you look like you could be in the secondary. You could be a wideout in the slot, maybe.
I used to play in the backyard with my brother. I take after Tariq Bell down there.
Yeah, Tariq, good player. Just kind of this second half of the WDA season. What do you see What's the list look like for the Magicians to improve on here in this second half as you start playing these teams a second time through?
Just everything, like, once again, rebounding, it's really a sore spot in our thing, communication is a big one, and, just getting better every single day.
Awesome.
Sport Clips MVP Taven Archer, thank you for joining us, the senior leader of this Minot High Magician basketball team. That does it for our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show tonight. For our great crew putting on today's show on the PSP Network, cameraman Logan Dean, my color commentator Bryce Gudick, I'm Owen Patterson. Repeating your final score for the final time, Minot High the sweep over St. Mary's this evening. The boys win it 66-44. Join us tomorrow night, PSP Primetime live at 7:30 Central. We'll be on the air for some more sports action, multiple sports on the PSP Network Thursday night. Hopefully you'll join us then, but until then, have a good night, everybody.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Your plan, your future, your team.